You're watching The Dusty Show. Let's fucking do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tuesday night. And if you don't give a damn what night I'm on, you just want to hang out and fucking party, let me hear you say it. Woo! Welcome one and all to the Dark Simulation. It's The Dusty Show. Love everybody. Thank you for joining me on this very special Tuesday episode. Hell yeah. So, it's yesterday. Usually do shows on Monday, but yesterday, my mom's birthday. Love my mom. Happy birthday, Mom. 75. Milestone. 3/4 of a century. So, obviously, had to go celebrate with my mama. So, I messaged up my sister Brandy, and I was like, where mama want to eat at? And Brandy's like, I'll find out. I'll check in. So, Brandy messaged me back. She says, she wants to eat at Captain D's. And I'm like, Captain D's for your birthday? That's some cheap-ass fast food shit. What? She don't want to eat nowhere better than Captain D's? And Brandy was like, that's where she wants to eat. That's where she wants to eat. And I was like, all right, if that's where she wants to eat, we'll eat at Captain fucking D's. But I'm just saying, that's not a very special birthday restaurant. So Brandy goes back and she talks to Mom. And apparently, my mom's so sweet, y'all. My mom's the salt of the earth. She's the best woman on earth. She didn't want us to spend a lot of money on her. So she suggested Captain D's. And I was like, nah, man, let's spend some fucking money, right? 75, hell yeah. So we broached it with her, and she's like, all right, I guess I'll let you guys take me somewhere nicer. So we ended up taking her to the Kennel Club in Batesville, Mississippi. Gotta say, most expensive restaurant I ever ate in. It was nice, but I think the final bill for the three of us was like $210. But well, it was no big deal or anything. I mean, I was happy to spend it. Me and my sister Brandy split the bill right down the middle. We treated my mama, so it was fucking cool. Had a good time. Hang out with my mama. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love me some mama. Then I'll tell you what happened, guys. So after my meal's over, of course, I didn't eat my whole $60 goddamn entree because I'm a puss. So we're leaving the restaurant, and we're parked next to each other. Brandy's car, my truck. Ma wants to hug me bye. Happy birthday hug. So I take my $60 entree, put it up on my toolbox of my truck on the back. I'm sure you can see where this is fucking going. Hug my mom. I love you, Mom. Happy birthday. You the best ever. Get in my truck, drive my happy ass home. 50 miles down the highway at 75 goddamn miles an hour. With my $60 entree, most of it uneaten. On top of my goddamn toolbox. No! God motherfucking damn it. Didn't even realize that I got home. Pulled up in my driveway, looking over at my front seat, and I'm like, where at? Where my gold fucking bill at? Oh, hell no, I did not know, my dumb ass. I know I did it. I know I left it on the toolbox. You so stupid, Dusty. God damn it. Smokeless weed. God damn it, Dusty. So hopped out, looked on the back of my toolbox, and guess what? It was there! It was fucking there somehow! The styrofoam package with my goddamn gold $60 bill didn't fly the fuck off my toolbox. 50 miles going 75 down the goddamn highway. How the shit that happen? It's a fucking birthday miracle. Gonna give my mom full credit. So hell yeah! Everything coming up dusty. And that's what I did. Jeff came on this weekend. Jeff actually popped my cherry. Not in a gay way. But we watched Forrest Gump. I've always prided myself, for no apparent reason, for never watching Forrest Gump. I always tell everybody I've seen every popular movie ever made except for Forrest Gump. And Jeff was like, we got to watch Forrest Gump. And I was like, I already feel like I know everything that happens in that movie because of all the memes, and I've seen so many clips from it on the internet. No surprises, Jenny, a slut. Hey, but that's not fair, though. I watched it. Apparently, she was a victim of sexual abuse, right? That could fuck you up. You people too judgmental about Jenny. Anyway, pretty good. I liked it. It was all right. I guess that's all I fucking did. Oh, and then, God damn it. I didn't want to talk about this part. So then I got home, and I was all fucking on an emotional roller coaster because I just found out that I didn't lose my $80, $60, whatever. It's getting more expensive. $60 entree. And I get in and I find out my rescue Nibbler had died. Here he is, Mr. Nibbler.
I showed you guys this not too long ago. Rest in peace. In the arms of the angel, fly away from here. Yeah. So that sucks. But like, all you can do is like give him the best life you can while you can. He was real spoiled. It was heavy. He was chunky as shit. So I got back for my mom's birthday and we had to dig a grave. I don't know really how he died. They just die sometimes. You know, he was feeling bad last week a little bit. He wants to stay in his cage, and then he got better. It seemed like he was fine, and then he just died out of fucking nowhere. So delete it, belly up, Mr. Nibbler. We got a fine pet cemetery going on out there. I hope they don't come back from the dead and eat me. So belly up, Nibbler. You was a good boy. We took good care of you, and you had a good life. A lot better than you would have had. You would have got run over immediately if we didn't take you. So, you know, he ate better than most humans. I can definitely say that. Spoiled every night with chicken and soups and all kinds of fucking shit. So, I got about, I guess, 30 more deaths from all these animals we rescued in my future. I got a lot of sadness in the future, but all you can do is enjoy them while you can, you know, make the best of it. And, all right, that is my show. Thanks for joining me. No, super chats. So let me beg for money real quick. Hey, folks, my name is Dusty. I finally figured out what I am, folks, after all these years. I've been saying I'm a digital busker, right? I've been saying I'm an independent journalist. All true, but you know what I mainly am? A historian. I fucking chronicle what is happening in modern times, like Josephus or Pliny the Younger or any of those motherfuckers back in the day that should have done a better job. I have no idea what the future's going to hold. They tell me that history is written by the victors, and it seems as though evil sacks of shit are going to be the victors. Who knows how they're going to retcon history, how they're going to memory hole what really fucking happened and shape the world in the way it never happened. So I'm doing the best I can to jot it all down. Let you guys know in the future, this is what fucking actually happened. Not the shit they told you, but this. And if you guys enjoy what I do, please consider supporting independent journalism and also history by joining me on my Patreon over there. Boom! Go aim your camera phone. It'll pop up. Like aim your phone at it, and it'll pop up a link. You click on it, and it goes to my Patreon. Over here, it goes to my PayPal. Great way to support the show. And also, Super Chats. There is a little $sign behind me somewhere. Over, where the fuck is it? There we go. Boom! Over here somewhere. You'll find it. And you click it, and you donate money, and I read words. Super Chat, help me out if you like the show. I appreciate you. And all right, let's go ahead and kick this mofo off, folks. Get it going. Shit that I have to do this subject matter, but it's the main story again. Let's do war. War never changes. And nope, same as it ever was, folks. Up to 200, I don't know if you call them casualties. I guess some people consider injuries to be a casualty. I don't. I think it's only death, but I've seen people say it both ways. But anyway, 200 U.S. soldiers injured. I guess they're still claiming only 12 have died. I don't know if anybody buys that bullshit, but you can't know what's true anymore. We're beyond that post-Troy society, but at least 200 have been maimed. Probably body parts blown off. They're going to have lifelong injuries. They're going to suffer for pedophiles because they wanted to put their life on the risk for Israel and suffer for pedophiles. Somebody last year, they're like, Dusty, you keep telling people the military to quit. You know they can't just quit. Bullshit. You can definitely get out of the military if you want to. My brother was in the fucking military, all right? And he decided he didn't want to be there no more, and he got out. If you really want to get out of the military, you get out. Now, there might be penalties, right? It might not be easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? But sometimes when you make real bad fucking decisions, there are prices to pay for that. Better than being a part of a terrorist organization that murders children and bankrupts our country, in my opinion, and also put your life in danger for pedophiles in Israel. So that's just my thoughts on that. But yeah, 200 people maimed for Israel. See, it's bad. I would do that if I were you there, Americans. Meanwhile, the most American thing you're going to see today, folks, killed in action. Yep, see that shit? There's 6 of them got killed in action. One of them name covered up by the Dow Jones stock ticker because that's all you fucking are. Dow was down a little bit, 1%. That's what your life is worth, troops. They don't give a shit about you. They'll throw you in the mitt grinder, and then when you're fucking used up, you'll be living homeless on the fucking streets while they pull your VA benefits, right? While you have the highest suicide rates in the fucking country. No fucking mental health for you guys. What are you doing it for? I know, you got college loans and shit, but still, learn to code. Meanwhile, 5 U.S. Air Force refueling planes hit an Iranian strike on Saudi Arabia. Washington Street Journal reports 5 U.S. Air refueling planes were struck and damaged on the ground in Prince Sultan Air Base in Saudi Arabia. The planes, which were hit during an Iranian missile strike on the Saudi base in recent days, were damaged but not fully destroyed. Hard to find real good information about the war, folks. As I've complained about repeatedly, there's a blackout. They're literally threatening people with jail time for posting videos, so only got a few. But U.S. Embassy in Baghdad got hit by a drone. Here we go. Buzz. And then... there it is over there, boy. It got hit, yo. Apparently, Iraqi, I guess, are now our allies because we whooped their ass, but I doubt they like us very much, right? They might have to pretend like they do, but I'm betting otherwise. Meanwhile, here's one Iranian ballistic missile in Israel, they say. I guess this is true. Looks like one of those supersonic, hypersonic missiles. They fast as fuck. Lightning bolt from God. Blammo! Woo! Damn! Settle down, Zeus. Another one. This one, Central Israel. Doesn't look like the police want you to be filming that too much. They come and run this motherfucker off real quick. I'm assuming he's like, what are you doing? You know what the court is? You ain't got no fucking freedom of press here. The fuck you think you are? Nobody deserves to know. We finally get a little comeuppance. We finally get a little bit of reprisals. Here's the war we ordered. Delivered fresh to your doorstep. Boo fucking who. This one, just for our one on the air, claims this happened tonight. A little bit of Iranian cluster munitions over central Israel. Once again, my guess is as good as yours if this is real. But it seems to be from what I can check out. And there it is, rain and fire from heaven. They're like, oh, those are war crimes. You're not supposed to use cluster munitions. That's war crimes. Yeah, Israel said there's no such thing as international law. And they're not part of any of the international war crimes treaties. So, hey, that's sort of why you probably want to be involved in those treaties. So that shit don't happen to you. But if it does, then you're not, like, involved in those treaties. Can't complain, I guess. You made your bed. Lie the fuck down. Meanwhile, UK warns its citizens in the UAE not to film drone strikes and put it on the internet because you'll be put in jail. That's why it's so hard to find out what the fuck's going on. The British Embassy in the United Emirates Arabs has warned Britons in the region against breaking the country's laws by taking pictures or sharing images of the impact of Iranian missiles. It comes after a 60-year-old British man was charged under cybercrime laws in Dubai after allegedly filming Iranian missiles over the city. So, yep, I didn't think this was possible in the era of cell phones where there's a camera every fucking 5 feet, where people wear sunglasses that have cameras on them. Somehow they managed to... scrub that shit from the internet. Weird ass times. I blame AI. Meanwhile, Iran just admitted it. Oh my God, they admitted it. Iran, we're getting military cooperation from Russia. Get out. I told you guys this in the last show. So basically, Donald Trump has eased the sanction on Russia to allow India to buy Russian oil because he wants the oil prices to come down. And even though we don't get any of our oil from the Strait of Hormuz, it affects the global oil market, which also makes prices rise. And so Donald Trump would literally rather fund our enemies than just let nature take its course and gas prices to skyrocket. So basically, he's allowing Russia to sell their oil to India, and then Russia is literally turning around and they're giving that money and they're giving intel to Iran, who is then turning around and murdering our soldiers. And you might be like, hey, isn't that treason? Isn't that aiding and abetting our enemies from Donald Trump? Yeah, but it doesn't matter. They'll lock somebody like me up for reporting on the news, but not Donald Trump for literally funding the people killing the troops. If only conservatives cared about anything. But yeah, Iran is receiving military cooperation from Russia and China. Duh. Iranian Foreign Ministry Abbas Araghchi said in an exclusive interview with MSNBC Now. Meanwhile, Zelensky, like, what the fuck y'all doing? He making billions from India off these oil sales, and then he whooping our ass. Meanwhile, you the motherfuckers paying for our defense. Literally, America funding both sides of the war all over the goddamn place, but it's all about capitalism, folks. Not really about winning. It's just about making a fucking buck for the military-industrial complex, just like the oligarch has always done. They fund both sides of the conflict. Then regardless of what the outcome is, they win. Heads they win, tails we lose. And speaking of the Strait of Hormuz, apparently the only people brave enough to put footage of it out there are the Chinese in their boats. Here's what they're filming. Yeah, bird, baby, bird. Anyway, I don't know what's up with that music, but I dig it anyway. I feel it in my bones. Meanwhile, Donald Trump says they obliterated the main oil terminal out there in Iran. Iran had a little hub on the Strait of Hormuz, and they was bringing the oil in and out. And Donald Trump was like, fuck no, he gonna bomb the shit out of that. He promised he didn't really destroy the infrastructure. I guess he just bombed the guard post and whatever. President Donald Trump on Friday night announced the United States had bombed Kong Island. Run, King. Kong Island. Targeting Iran's most critical oil terminal in an attack that Tehran has warned would mark an escalation of the conflict. Of course, he does this on Friday night because they're worried about the stock market. He's hoping things will settle down by Monday. Very obvious little media blackout there. Always playing games. And then Axios reports Trump mulls ground invasion of Iran's oil depot, Kong Island. He gonna invade Kong Island, y'all. He gonna take the oil. And that's why they sent 5,000 Marines over there. They're all headed over there. I guess they're going to go over there to give their lives for Israel and oil. Donald Trump just going to try to steal the oil and give it to the oil companies to sell back to us. So we get to pay for the military, $1 trillion for the military to go there and steal it. And then we get to pay the oil companies after they stole it. Fuck left, fuck right. But I guess that's what we fucking deserve. Meanwhile, ups, down, left, right, wrong. This 1984 dystopia in which we live. This gentleman, Sessions, he over there on the CNN, Representative Sessions, and they're like, hey, aren't you against boots on the ground? And he's like, it's not boots on the ground. Yeah, we are invading Iran. Literal soldiers from the United States of America going to be on the ground on the shores of Iran, but somehow it's not boots in Iran. See if you can make some sense of this shit.
But I do think that this would be wise.
But it is boots on the ground. It's just not a large number of boots on the ground that you would oppose.
That's a lot.
No, I really want to make this point. When we think boots on the ground, we think going back to Somalia.
No,
we think going back
think
to
boots on the ground. We think soldiers are on the ground with their boots. That's what it means, dude.
We think about going to Afghanistan. That is not what we are talking about, or at least I am. I'm talking about to secure this facility, the oil facilities, which are in everyone's best interest.
Okay, so now I will continue to seek what the definition of boots on the ground is going forward, because you know that others, when they're sending their loved ones overseas, they will think there are boots on the ground, Congressman.
Well, I think that you're entitled to your opinion, but my point is, I don't think they're facing enemy combatants when they secure oil facilities.
Okay, so if they're not facing enemy combatants when they're securing the oil, I guess my next question is, who are they securing it from? Bunny rabbits? The shit are you talking about? How can you secure shit if they ain't nobody to secure it from? I feel like I'm taking a crazy pill. What the fuck's happening? Whatever, nothing matters anymore. Fucking dark goddamn simulation. I don't even believe it no more. Meanwhile, Donald Trump do a little war party. It's his party and he'll cry if he wants to. And he's like, I demand all other countries to send warships to the Straits of Hormuz to help us open that motherfucker up. He desperate, y'all. He trying anything he can to find an off-ramp. He know he done fucked up. He know gas prices climbing. He know everybody's seeing gas $1 or $2 more at the pump. Mad at his ass, and he like, no, hell no, somebody help me. Help me. Come on in here, all the other countries. I'm going to bail out, leave this fucking mess I made to you motherfuckers, and I demand you do it. Here he is, demanding.
Some of the countries would be, help. Remember, it only takes a couple of people to screw up the strait, a couple of terrorists. You don't need...
It only takes only one person, apparently. One makeup, diaper-wearing orange moron to do it, to be honest.
Their military is defeated. But all you need is a few people dropping mines here and there, and you louse it up. So we need. I'm demanding that these countries come in and protect their own territory. Because
I'm demanding. Oh, these countries come up and defend their territory. Hey, it's your guys' fault that I attacked Iran and the whole Strait of Hormuz is closed down. Why did you guys do this?
I'm demanding that these countries come in and protect their own territory, because it is their territory. It's the place from which they get their energy.
I know, and you know what? That's why they never attacked Iran, because they knew that was going to happen. That's why they didn't do it. Yeah, no shit. They know it's their fucking territory.
And they should come and they should help us protect it. You could make the case that maybe we shouldn't even be there at all. Because
you could make the case, and I can't believe he's really saying this, that we shouldn't even be there at all. Yeah. Oh, I wish we could all find who's responsible for this, Trump, so you could make that case to them that we shouldn't even be there at all. What is happening, y'all? Yes, you heard that right. Listen.
Us protect it. You could make the case that maybe we shouldn't even be there at all.
Yeah, you could make an excellent case for that. You could make a case that we shouldn't still be there right now, but it doesn't matter. He'll just say anything. So then he claims they're going to do it. He demanded they were going to do it, folks. And in Trump's mind, that's as good as it's done, right? It's fucking done. He's like, many countries, especially those who are affected by Iran's attempted closure of the Hormuz Strait, will be sending warships in conjunction with the United States of America to keep the strait open and safe. We have already destroyed 100% of Iran's military capability, but it's easy for them to send a drone or two, drop a mine, or deliver a close-range missile somewhere along in this waterway, no matter how badly defeated they are. Hopefully China is going to help us out. Yeah, that tracks. France, Japan, South Korea, UK, and others that are affected by this artificial constraint will send ships. Once again, there's a reason they didn't attack Iran to begin with. You fucked the whole thing up, and now you're expecting them to clean up your mess. And he's like, help us, rest of the world, your only hope. I fucked up, somebody rescue me. Then he starts threatening. He's like, hey, that's a nice NATO you guys got there. Be ashamed if something happened to it. You motherfuckers better do what I say or NATO's no more. We ain't gonna defend you no more. You better come in and get part of our forever wars and drag your country into this where they're mad at you. Also, right, misery loves company. U.S. President Donald Trump warned NATO allies they face a very bad future if they refuse to help secure the Strait of Hormuz. You better come quick to my birthday party. I got fucking Whoppers for everybody. Got McDonald's, whatever. I got fucking fries. Come on, China. Need you, China. He was even claiming or asking for the help of Britain. Trump asked for Britain's help to save the Strait of Hormuz as he calls for Starmer and other foreign leaders to send ship and admits Iran has closed key oil route for the first time, which is weird that he's saying that now because last week he said the United Kingdom, once our great ally, maybe the greatest of them all, is finally given serious thought to sending 2 aircraft carriers. That's okay, Prime Minister Starmer. We don't need them any longer. I wish you make up your fucking mind, motherfucker. First off, he's like, fuck you guys, too late. When I say jump, you better say how immediately. If there's even 1 second of hesitation, fuck y'all. We don't need you. Stay in your own country. We got it. 10 minutes later, he's like, please Please, UK, I fucked up. Meanwhile, here's the feedback he got back from all the countries he demanded immediately send their soldiers to the Strait of Hormuz. First off, UK says they're discussing it, which I can translate. That means no, hell no. The fuck? You crazy, Trump. Finland rejects Trump's demand to seize Strait. Finland's like, net. That's how they talk. France is like, baguettes, motherfucker. Rejected. France rejects Trump's plea for help in the securing the Strait. Hells to the nah. Germany is like, das booty. I don't know. Rejected. Germany rejects Trump's demand for help in Hormuz. Everybody said no. You on your own, slut. You should have done this. You made a monumental mistake. Australia is like, crikey. Shrimp toast on Barbies. Hell no, motherfucker. Rejected. We ain't sending nobody to no fucking Strait. Here's all people he asked, folks. He asked France. France said, hell no. China? UK? 10 crumpets, fuck off. Japan? Hell no. South Korea did some K-pop shit. Germany? Give respect for Germany for turning them up down. Norway did it. Norway said no. Qatar, who bribed the shit out of him. They stopped gas production already. They're not even exporting anything. They're keeping all their shit to them fucking sales. UAE, Gulf states tried to stop this war because they knew the implications, but Trump said hell no. Iran, and of course Iran, shockingly, also said no. So, fuck, it's totally fucked. Everybody stood Trump up. Poor, sad, pitiful, pathetic Trump. And his little war party all by himself, just cried his little bitch ass off. Then next thing you know, I don't need anybody's help, bitch. I never needed y'all's help. I was just testing you. Now he's saying, the United States has been informed by most of our NATO allies that they don't want to get involved with our military operation against the terrorist regime of Iran. They don't want to be part of your terrorist regime. In the Middle East, this despite the fact that almost every country strongly agreed with what we are doing. Clearly not. And that Iran cannot in any way, shape, or form be allowed to have a nuclear weapon. You guys have been lying about that for 40 years. Nobody believes you. You don't have any credibility. I'm not surprised by the reactions, yet nobody is. We are a pariah state. Who would want to be a part of the lamest humans to ever exist? However, because I always consider NATO, where we spend hundreds of billions of dollars per year protecting the same countries, to be a one-way street, we will protect them, but they will do nothing for us, in particular in time of need. Fortunately, we have decimated Iran's military, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, fuck all y'all, basically. That's what he said. I can't believe you guys didn't do what I told you to do. I'm the leader of the world. I rule all you motherfuckers. Then he's delaying summits. He's all fucking butthurt. Somebody needs to change his diaper. Trump delays summit after China balks on Hormuz. Why the fuck we trying to help you? You done nothing but be a dick to China since Jump Street. They ain't on our side, Trump. Anyway, he mad at China. So he's like, hell no, I ain't gonna meet with you guys. And then, now he threatened today to withdraw from NATO. President Donald Trump said Tuesday NATO and most of their allies have rejected his cause to help secure Strait of Hormuz, grousing that he has been unable to rally support behind his war of choice in Iran and that he insists he is conducted for the good of the world. He's asked for a reporter if he was rethinking the U.S. relationship with NATO in light of the response to the Iran war, perhaps even pondering getting out of the military alliance. It's certainly something that we should think about. I don't need Congress for that decision. Of course you don't. Because he's a dictator, right? Congress has abdicated all of their responsibility until Democrats take back over. Of course, Democrats, they're, as I've told you guys many times, the Washington Generals. Republicans are the Harlem Globetrotters, and Democrats are the fake team that they pay to lose to the Republicans, to the Harlem Globetrotters. So we'll see if they actually do anything, but nothing will happen for now. We have a king now. That's what they've decided. Meanwhile, masterful gambit, sir. Of course, his cult is out there trying to spin this like it was his 5D chess plan the whole time, unseen. NATO is falling right into Trump's trap. Oh, really? Do tell. I didn't think they would be this stupid, but here we are. Nothing like showing the world that the U.S. doesn't need them. I just invited all of you to my birthday party to see which one of you were real friends. And now I know the truth. I don't actually have any friends. Just like I always wanted, baby. I win in this scenario. No, you don't, bitch. You all alone at your birthday party. That ain't a win. Meanwhile, Trump just getting nuts, y'all. First off, while our men and women are dying, while we're spending $1 trillion on this needless fucking war, this fat fucking goof out golfing, because of course he is, he don't give a shit. Not a goddamn tiny thimble full of a shit about a single soldier that died, about any of our children and grandchildren who are being fleeced right now for these forever wars. They even asked him, hey, do you have any comment on these 6 service members who just died? Ignored. He heard her, but not going to answer because he don't give a fuck.
Do you have a comment on the 6 service members who passed last
Who else?
Like somebody else.
Do you have a comment on the 6 service members who passed last
Who else?
What do you want to see in that deal? Because earlier you said...
Yeah, who else? Shut the fuck up. Don't ask me about the service members. I don't give a shit. I can't say they're suckers and losers publicly, so no comment. Then they're like, hey, can you explain why we're sending 5,000 Marines and sailors? A very good question. Something American people might want to know. Why are we sending 5,000 of our sons and daughters, boots on the ground, Iran? Seems bad. Why are you doing that?
Can you explain why we're sending 5,000 Marines and sailors? Can you explain why you're...
Very obnoxious, President. Go ahead.
You're so obnoxious. How dare you ask me questions about the troops? Nobody gives a shit about the troops, bitch. Shut the fuck up. Quit being so obnoxious and caring about the lives of our sons and daughters in this country. What's wrong with y'all? Then he seemed shocked, folks, like he hadn't thought of the ramifications in any way of attacking Iran. And you know he had experts telling him, actually, because I'm about to show you that he did. Experts telling him, don't do this. It's a quagmire. It's a mistake. Oil gonna shoot up. But Trump doesn't seem like he knew what the fuck he was doing. Listen to this shit.
And power. Look what happened in the last 2 weeks. They weren't supposed to go after all these other countries in the Middle East. Those missiles were set to go after them. So they hit Qatar, Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, they hit all our bases. They weren't supposed to shoot back at us. No fair. Iran doesn't have the right to defend itself. You guys were just supposed to lay down and let us bomb you and murder you. I can't believe they shot at us when we were shooting at them.
UAE, Bahrain, Kuwait. Nobody expected that. We were shocked.
Yeah, were we all shocked, everybody? And they're like, sure we were. Sure we. No, nobody was shocked. It's exactly what you thought would happen, dude. And then he's like, it's so unfair. It's so unfair that they shot back at us.
So it's a little unfair. You know, you win a war, but they
Yeah, it's unfair. Hey, we won fair and square. We bombed the shit out of your leaders. We killed a bunch of them. We carpet bombed your citizens. We've killed thousands of you. We murdered 175 little girls in a school. We won fair and square. Do not fight back. Lay down. That's how war's supposed to work, isn't it? Just yikes. What the shit? Then they're like, hey, why do you seem so surprised that Iran shot Qatar and the UAE and Bahrain and Kuwait and everything? Are you mad at your experts that didn't properly brief you on what the fuck was happening?
Thank you. You were talking about Iran a couple times today and what they did after Epic Fury began. You said they hit Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Bahrain, Kuwait. Nobody expected that. We were shocked. Are you surprised that nobody briefed you ahead of time that might be their retaliation?
Nobody, no. The greatest experts, nobody thought they were going to hit. They were, I wouldn't say friendly countries. They were like neutral. They lived with them for years. Peter, they were going to take over the Middle East.
Yeah, nobody knew, even our experts, although that's not true, obviously. Why Iran Will Escalate by Nate Swanson, a longtime Iran policy advisor analyst, was published in Foreign Affairs on February 24, 2026, 4 days before the conflict began. In fact, all over the internet, experts were warning that the exact thing that happened was going to happen. It was the most easily predictable thing fucking ever. But Trump didn't give 2 seconds to think about what he was going to do before he further bankrupted our country and got our sons and daughters murdered. And just wild. He just said it out loud, folks. Here he is claiming that the reason we bombed another Middle Eastern country was out of habit. Listen to this shit.
Zero. We don't need, we don't need oil. We have all the oil we need for ourselves. It's one of the great assets that we have. We have more than double what anybody else in terms of oil production. We're at more than double any other country. So we don't need it, but we did it. It's almost, you could say we did it out of habit, which is not a good thing to do.
Yeah, no shit. That's not a good thing. Hey, we bought about a habit. Hey, it's like smoking. I promise I'm just going to buy one more country and then I'm quitting forever. And this time I mean it. Like, good Lord. Just so crazy to watch this guy destroy the whole fucking world, murder children out of habit.
But we did it because we have some good allies there. We have some great Middle Eastern countries there. Israel there.
Israel, that's why we did it, folks. Out of habit for Israel. Hey, we have a habit. Just do whatever the fuck Israel tells us to do. And maybe that's not a good thing, but we're going to do it for fucking ever because that's who rules you. We're little slaves to our Zionist overlords. Yeah, I say we break the fucking habit. Stat. Meanwhile, as I told you, Trump ignored warnings about the Strait of Hormuz because no shit. Before the U.S. went to war, Senator Dan Kane, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, told President Trump that an American attack could prompt Iran to close the Strait of Hormuz. Kane said in several briefings that U.S. officials had long believed Iran would deploy mines, drones, and missiles to close the world's most vital shipping lane, according to people with knowledge of the discussions. Trump acknowledged the risk, these people said, but moved forward with the most consequential foreign policy decision of his two presidencies. He told his team that Tehran would likely capitulate before closing the strait. And even if Iran tried, the U.S. military could handle it. That's right. We'll whoop the shit out of them before they ever close the strait, baby. We don't even have to worry about that. The strait is not even really in play. So then, of course, after they did exactly what he was warned they would do and ignored, he claims that he knew all along they were going to close it. He knew exactly what was going to happen from the very beginning.
I knew about the strait, that it would be a weapon, which I predicted a long time ago, predicted all of this stuff.
I predicted it all. Hey, I knew this was going to be a disaster before I did it. No, I was right. It was just as big of a disaster as I thought. Hey, I bet if I kicked that little kid down the stairs, it would be bad. Kick? Oh, shit, I was right. That was bad. Why is everybody so mad at me? I predicted it would be bad, okay? I'm so good at predicting things. So what the fuck? All of it's totally fucking nonsensical. Meanwhile, Trump has started praising Iran now. He's so desperate for an off-ramp. He's like, these motherfuckers smart as shit. They doing all kinds of stuff I never conceived of. Please, please, Iran, let the oil go through.
Much more, only because people don't understand to a large, it's a big chess game at a very high level.
We're doomed.
It's a very high level chess, the highest. And I'm dealing with very smart players. These are smart people. They don't get there. You know, when you deal with some of these people, you're dealing with high level intellect, very high IQ people. Much more.
That's right, because you could be a complete fucking idiot and get in a leadership position, like as the leader of the free world or anything. You gotta be a genius for that. Nope. You could literally be mentally challenged, right? All you have to do is be willing to lie enough and have enough idiots fucking believe you. Meanwhile, we're rolled by 12-year-olds, 8-year-olds, mental children. I call it the Beavis and Butthead generation. In my generation, we made fun of Beavis, but it was funny. But they weren't like role models. These days, everybody's Beavis and Butthead. Apparently, Trump thrilled because his three-letter agencies have informed him the new Ayatollah is gay as fuck. What? Another religious leader? Love the dick? Shocking. President Trump was stunned to learn last week that U.S. intelligence indicates the Iranian Supreme Leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, might be gay, and that his father, the late Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, feared his suitability to rule the Islamic Republic for that reason. And then apparently Trump thought it was hilarious, and the whole room burst out in laughter because being gay is so fucking funny. It's really not, though. I mean, nothing funny about being gay, and definitely nothing funny about being in the closet homophobe. a giant fucking hypocrite, somebody that would send other gay men to their deaths while you steadily sucking and licking all the cum you can fucking get in your mouth, really. But that is what religious leaders do continuously, right? Looking at you, Lady G, Lindsey Graham. Meanwhile, war propaganda out of control, folks. First off, Pete Kegsbread freaking the fuck out, y'all. He decides to chastise Americans. How dare you not support this forever war, getting our boys and girls killed and bankrupting our country. I demand the media only publish stories we want them to. Only put this war in the light we demand.
Because you, and I mean specifically you, the press,
Dusty.
specifically you, the press corps,
Dusty Smith.
because you cheer against Trump so hard.
I mean,
it's like in your DNA.
I don't want to cheer against him. Like if he does good things, I'm like, yeah, that was a good idea, but he doesn't do that. I have to cheer against evil. I don't have any choice.
DNA and in your blood to cheer against Trump because you want him not to be successful so bad. You have to cheer against the efficacy of these strikes. You have to hope maybe they weren't effective. Maybe the way the Trump administration has represented them isn't true. So let's take half-truths, spun information, leaked information, and then spin it. Spin it in every way we can to try to cause doubt and manipulate the public mind over whether or not our brave pilots were successful.
You hate the troops. If you don't support these forever wars, if you don't support us spending trillions of dollars, if you don't support us bombing little schoolgirls and murdering 175 of them, you hate the troops. Why do you hate America?
How many stories have been written about how hard it is to, I don't know, fly a plane for 36 hours?
I don't know, like half the movies in Hollywood, I guess. Top Gun.
Has MSNBC done that story?
Yeah, a bunch of times.
Have we done the story how hard that is?
I don't give a shit.
Have we done it 2 or 3 times?
Yeah, do it 10 times. Do 1,000,000 times the propaganda fluff pieces we want you to do. That's what you're for, state-run media. I can't wait till CBS is taken over by Larry Ellison and turns it into state-run propaganda like all the other news channels.
So that American people understand, how about how difficult it is to shoot a drone from an F-15 or 16 or F-22 or F-35? Or what it's like to man a Patriot battery? Or how hard it is to refuel midair? Giving the American...
What it's like to masturbate on cocaine. All good things to be talking about. I'm just saying it's hard because you get like, your dick don't work. It's weird. Anyway, next thing you know, FCC out there threatening channels. You're going to lose your license if you keep reporting on the war truthfully. You better start putting propaganda and shit out there. FCC chair menaces broadcasters over war coverage. Correct course before license renewals come up. Broadcasters that are running hoaxes and news distortions are known as the fake news. Have a chance to now course correct before their license renewals are up. The law is clear. Broadcasters must operate in public interest. And they will lose their license. That's right, motherfuckers. Better start putting out that state-sponsored propaganda or else gone. We're going to take you off the airways. We're going to replace you with Newsmax. Free press is done, baby. We have a dictator. You guys better listen while you still got the chance. And man, Kim Jong-un is blushing his ass off because his propagandists ain't got nothing on Fox News. Listen to how they're selling the war to the old, soon-to-be dead dipshits that watch their channel.
But now many on the left, some on the right, are in full panic mode. But now many on the left, some on the right, are in full panic mode over what is a historic miracle unfolding before our eyes.
It's a miracle, folks! God himself bending the laws of space-time, the laws of physics himself, to allow a miracle to happen. And I guess that means we get to murder little girls. It's a miracle. Nothing Jesus likes more than bending space-time so little girls can get murdered, right? I've read the Bible. That pretty much tracks, to be honest with you.
Known as Operation Epic Fury, which brings us to another fundamental question. Are these Trump haters really willing to risk a nuclear-armed Iran?
You've been saying that for 40 years, and the answer is yes! Yeah, I don't give a fuck, okay? It is not my business to decide what technologies other countries can pursue. And I'm just saying, if Israel can have nukes, I think everybody can, right? I'm way more worried about Israel than I am about all these other motherfuckers. That's my opinion.
stop, freeze frame. That is the defining question, not really a debatable question. You either want a nuclear-armed Iran, you're comfortable leaving your children and grandchildren with such, or
I'm way more scared of youth pastors with my children, to be honest with you.
you're not. Are they comfortable with the world's #1 state sponsor of terrorism?
I don't believe you.
That says death to Israel, death to America.
Death to America,
that,
baby! Woo!
according to them, telling Steve Witkoff, are in possession of 460 kilograms of enriched uranium.
Even if you're telling the truth, we shouldn't
right
believe
now,
you.
that's 60% enrichment, 7 to 10 days. Guess what? That's enough for 11.
Well, that's right, baby. That was only a week away from a nuclear bomb.
I've never heard this before, especially not my entire fucking life. I'm old as shit. Just turned 51. They was saying this when I was 11 years old. I swear to Christ. They about to get a nuclear bomb, y'all. Any fucking second. I don't believe you.
Nuclear bombs in a very short period of time. So
Let it rain,
are
baby.
these Trump derangement syndrome patients really willing to put their lives and their children and their grandchildren
I don't have none of that, so fuck y'all.
in a hostage position and let a regime that chants death to America have these weapons that could kill millions when America now has the chance to avoid what happened in the last century, a potential modern day Holocaust? Have we learned nothing from history?
You're the one causing the Holocaust.
Make no mistake. Isolationists, leftists want to treat America as we can live in a little bubble. They are living in a fantasy world and are actively smearing a president that even in some cases they claim to have once supported intermittently. In reality, they're just isolating themselves politically while the real world has moved on without them. Thankfully, this has been...
That's right. The real world wants to bankrupt our country and send our sons and daughters to die for Israel. You fucking fake patriots. Meanwhile, Newsmax seems a little desperate, y'all. They begging America, just give Donald Trump a little more time. This guy's so smarmy. You and I would not buy a used car from this motherfucker, but here's a news channel over here in America for you guys.
You know, I think we kind of just won the war.
That's right, we won, baby.
There's a real possibility of...
God damn it, let's try that again.
You know, I think we kind of just won the war. Woo! There's a real possibility
so real.
Did you see it?
Did you see it,
They gave us pretty much everything we want.
They gave us everything we want.
The Straits of Hormuz.
They didn't. Gas is still $95 a fucking barrel of oil, right? They didn't give a shit, right? They still fucking sending bombs and missiles and drones everywhere, but we got it. We won.
If you listen to these Iranian guys, they said what we wanted to hear.
I listened to them. They didn't say that at all. They said that they decide when the war ends, baby. They said they're just getting fucking started. They said they're going to bring us to our knees.
If they actually live up to it, and that's a big if, right? Because you can't trust these people.
Yeah. It is Iran you can't trust. Not Donald Trump, who literally reneges on every deal he ever makes with anybody.
It could all blow up all over again. Couple of things. They have no more nuclear.
No more
we
nuclear. They never had any.
ruined their missile capability.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to be writing checks to Hezbollah anytime soon.
No Hezbollah.
And yes, they're still lobbing things here and there.
Here and there. Ain't nothing.
No, I think we got this.
We got him.
This is the foreign minister.
We got him, baby. Woo! It's all over. Mission accomplished, America. Only $5 more trillion left to go. It's a bargain. Short time pain for long-term gain. Meanwhile, people are questioning Pete Kegsbreath's no quarters vow. Basically, no more decency, folks. There used to be like rules of engagement. Like if you go sink a ship, you go rescue the soldiers. Or somebody like is injured. They're like, I give up. Don't murder me. You don't murder them, right? Or like say somebody doesn't really want to fight for their military, but they're kind of forced to because like in Russia, they'll shoot you. Like some of these places will kill you. And then sometimes they get away from the people they're afraid of killing them and they don't want to kill us. And so they're like, I give up. I give up. Well, now America's just like, no, we killing everybody. Pew, pew, pew. You can't surrender to us, which is horrible. Not only does that make our soldiers in far more danger, but that's also bad policy because if you make a people feel like they have to fight to the fucking death, like they can't surrender, then that just puts your side in more fucking danger when a lot of people would just not be as much of a threat if they just fucking surrender. So horrible, but they got to pretend to be fucking tough guys because they're abject psychopaths. Defense Secretary Pete Kegsbreath, pledge of no quarter, no mercy for our enemies violates a bright line ban in the laws of war, legal experts say. International humanitarian law explicitly forbids declaring that no quarter will be given. So basically, we can kill your children. We can rape you if you want to. We've taken the Israel playbook. If raping you helps our side win a second sooner, we can rape you. We can rape your children. We can flay you alive in front of your family members. Torture, anything goes now, folks. That's literally what they're saying here. No rules anymore. And believe me, they are employing every serial killer they get their hands on. There are some low-down serial killers in this fucking world who aren't in the military, but the most dangerous ones generally are in the military because they get to murder people, they get to flay people alive, they get to torture you, and they get away with it. They get paid for it. They get rewarded for it. They get to do it over and over again. And yeah, just like every other serial killer, it's sexual for them. They like the idea of murdering and torturing. But they like it even better knowing that they're fucking the attack dogs of America, that they can literally do it fucking legally and get paid because we are a sick, sick society. Meanwhile, Pete Kegsbreath posting shit like this.
Hey, I don't know who need to hear this. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of people be talking shit about America. Hey, if you don't like America, go to another country, bitch. I love this country. I'll protect.
Listen here, you little shit. All right, I'm an actual patriot. When your country is failing, when it's evil, you stay and you fucking fight for it. You don't bail out. Maybe a little cowardly goddamn pussy just tucks his tail and runs when things are hard, but not fucking me, baby. I love this country. I really love it. And I want to see it better than it fucking is. So I will stay and I will fight, even though it's goddamn evil. Secondly, you might be a fucking psychopath, right? Now, I'm sure you're a dumbass. I'm sure you need your fucking piddly little check because you went out and you bought a goddamn black Mustang 2006 to impress your fat girlfriend with at 30% goddamn interest, and you need your check so her fat ass don't leave you. But some of us don't like the fact that our country's being bankrupt. Some of us don't like the fact that we're bombing little fucking children and murdering little girls. Carpet bombing goddamn the biggest city in the Middle East. Some of us are not fucking terrorists. We don't give a shit what bills they pass in order to give us a few bucks in our pocket. Get a fucking education. Some of us won't do that. Some of us have a moral framework. Some of us have empathy. Some of us are humans. So shut the fuck up, moron. If you want to die for Israel, die, but do it quieter. Meanwhile, hard to feel sorry for these kids, right? I don't want you to fucking die, but oh well. And if you guys want example 10 billion on why you should not argue with conservatives, because their words do not mean anything to them. They only say what they think they have to say in order to make money, to get popular, to get fame. If they can say the opposite tomorrow, they will say it. Case in point, 3 years of this gummy bitch, the most popular for some reason political streamer in the world. Here's Asmongold.
Israel's wars are not our wars. True.
True.
Oh my God. I think that we play too big of a role in other countries' military shit. We're too interventionary. We get too involved into other people's business. It's a waste of our money. The people there probably fucking hate us.
They hate us.
Where's really the upside here, right? But I think that the level that we try to play nation building, especially in places like this, like Libya, for example, back in the day, or Iraq. No, absolutely not. Yeah, it's too much, man.
We're not going to have World War III, but I will prevent World.
In my opinion, keeping us out of World War III means not sending over bombs and starting wars in the Middle East. Like, that's just me. I also wouldn't support any sort of collateral civilian damage, bombing things, like the U.S. bombing things that are inside of urban areas. I don't support any sort of,
I have morals! I would never go back on my morals, folks. I would never support this.
Boots on the ground. I don't support any, I don't even support the U.S. going directly to war with Iran's military. I think any further military interventions stands to alienate the Iranian people, and it stands to destabilize the country. And you can see how CNN passively manufactures consent to...
CNN! CNN, manufacturing consent for these wars. Propagandists, I would never do that.
Bomb Iran by assuming that Iran is attacking civilian places only. Like, for example, one of the biggest military installations inside of Israel is in the middle of the city.
What?
And do you guys
Really?
see how the media is pushing the war by saying that Iran is this existential threat and we need to fight for America? This is upsetting for me. Big deal. Like, I mean, if this was the U.S. bombing Iran, I'd be saying, ah, fuck. I am so...
He would be saying, oh, fuck. He would stand up against it. There is nothing that would make him back down from the furor in his belly, the anger he would feel if the U.S. ever thought about bombing Iran, folks. And now he's like,
I am so happy this has happened. I am just dramatically, tremendously happy this has happened. I was a big supporter of us bombing them before, and now we're bombing them again, and this is just amazing.
This is an operation against the world's largest sponsor of terror.
That's right. This is amazing. Every third world shithole that promotes these terrorist ideologies, death cult fucking religion, is getting demolished. Oh, a school got bombed? It's collateral damage in a war, and it's inevitable, number one. And number two, you know, if they didn't want that to happen, maybe they shouldn't have been funding terror groups and antagonizing a world superpower.
that's right, you little girls in the school. If you don't want to get blown apart while you're 7 years old, you should have been funding terrorists and picking on America, you fucking little girls. Hey, you deserved it. You deserved it.
America. Man, how about that? This is great.
It's great, y'all. That's what we're doing with our folks. Block them. Do not let them waste your fucking time. They don't believe what they're saying, and neither should you. Meanwhile, I don't know if this is was meant to be a joke or not. I just assumed the way he put this, it doesn't seem like he was fucking joking. But it's so unbelievably insane, it's impossible to tell anymore. Newt Gingrich posts this article from a satirical website. And the satirical article is about, hey, we don't even need the Strait of Hormuz. We can build our own strait, our own Panama Canal with nuclear weapons. To which Newt Gingrich apparently unironically reposts and says, instead of fighting over a 21-mile wide bottleneck forever, we cut a new channel through friendly territory, a dozen thermonuclear detonations, and you've got a waterway wider than the Panama Canal, deeper than the Suez, and safe from Iranian attacks. Genius! Let's just nuke friendly countries. What could go wrong here, folks? I can't think of a single problem with this scenario. Do it, Newt. Once again, I don't know if it's a joke or not. Who could tell anymore? They fucking gone, y'all. Meanwhile, a good rebuttal here from McGowan. Here's how you slap down these warmongers on CNN.
Killed on 10/7 and by Iranian funds. Did they pay for it?
I mean,
the 46 Americans killed in Israel on 10/7. Did they pay for it? They paid for it. They paid for Iran. There are 46 Americans there. There were 8 taken into captivity. They paid for the American politicians' tolerance of Iran.
Can I ask you, this is the second time you've talked about Americans dying. You just said 68 Americans.
46 Americans.
46 Americans. But here's the thing. We're spending, what is it now, $3 billion a day?
Are you putting a price on those 46 lives?
Here's what I'm going to say, so let me finish what I'm going to say, because obviously I'm not putting a price on those Americans' heads. What I'm saying is, you're saying 46 Americans died, so we should attack this country because they're a terror organization and we need to come and get them. I could tell you here at home, 68,000 Americans die a year because they don't have health insurance. So if we're going to spend billions of dollars on something, would it not make more sense to save American lives to spend it here on health care than bombing another country overseas?
It's the job of the United States government.
But what I'm saying is, if you're going to start saying
the answer is no. No. Fuck the Americans. Who gives a shit? And also, free Luigi! Need to clone him.
Lives are specific. 47 people died, and this is worth going to war for. I would say 68,000 people die a year here, and that would be worth investing in it.
Doesn't care about them because it's not about avenging anybody. It's about wasting money. It's about bankrupting the country and funding the military-industrial complex, which I'm sure he has many stocks in. They just pretend like it's for America anyway. Nobody believes you, even the people that support you. Meanwhile, top counterterrorism official resigned. Some people standing up, speaking out, doing the right thing. Now, I'm sure this guy's a fucking dickhead because he was working for Donald Trump. But I will give him a little pat on the back. He came out and he said, President Trump, after much reflection, I have decided to resign from my position as director of the National Counterterrorism Center effective today. I cannot in good conscience support the ongoing war in Iran. Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation. And it is clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby, and also because you're a pedophile and you're trying to get nobody to talk about that anymore. I support the values and the foreign policies that you campaigned in 2016, 2020, 2024. So fuck you, which you enacted your first term. Anyway, gone. This is the guy who had the briefings. He knew all about the terrorism risk to our country from Iran, and he said there wasn't any. This is literally the guy in charge of that who would know. So, of course, they asked Donald Trump about it, and here's what he said.
Your director of national counterterrorism, Joe Kent, he just resigned today. He said he can't support your conflict with Iran. What's your reaction to that? And did you?
Well, I read his statement. I always thought he was a nice guy, but I always thought he was weak on security, very weak on security.
Then why did you nominate him to be in charge of security? What the shit?
He's like, yeah, I always knew he was total pussy. I always knew he was a horrible choice for his role in counterterrorism, which is why I never fired him. I just let him stay at his job and just be bad at it. What the shit? If you knew, why didn't you replace him? But, of course, don't ask questions you don't want to know the answers to. It's just so stupid all the fucking time. But that's our country, baby. Endless wars. Everything for them, nothing for you. And that is my war coverage for this evening. And it never changes. Go play Fallout, everybody. Great game. And, all right. Get your super chats in, everybody. Don't leave me hanging. Hey, you want the future to know what happened now. If you don't super chat me, everybody will forget the future is doomed. No pressure. But now it's time to cover the economy, stupid. Somewhere.
It's the economy, stupid!
And first off, on the economy, stupid, Donald Trump melted down at the Supreme Court. He all mad. He butthurt over the tariffs. Now, you guys remember, he claimed that he won that. He's all like, I done fucking won the tariff. I don't have the fucking thing here. Anyway, he mad. He's like, oh my God, I can't believe I nominated these motherfuckers. And they betrayed me. Now I got to refund all the tariffs. But last week he was like, oh, we finally won. We got that in the bag now. We can do whatever we want to. So I love how he talks about both sides of his mouth. He clearly did lose the tariffs. That's why he's bitching. But next week he'll be claiming he won again. And the new tariffs are even more ensconced in the law than the old tariffs were. Meanwhile, let's check in with tourism and see how that's going. Dog shit! U.S. saw 4.2 million fewer Canadian visitors in 2025. And Canada was a chief source of our tourism in this country. Want to know why Vegas is doing so bad? Why all the tourist hub across the fucking country, they came in, they spent tons of fucking money. And they so nice! They exactly who we want to be tourists, but no more, baby. 4.2 million in 2025 alone. So I'm glad I didn't start that bed and breakfast I was thinking of. That was a genius move on my part. Sucks to be all you in the tourist industry, though. Meanwhile, Donald Trump desperate to get the oil prices down. So he's releasing the reserves. Remember, you're supposed to have some reserves that we keep just in case of like war or some shit. Desperate times when we really fucking need it. Well, I guess it's desperate times because he's asking not just America, but countries all over the world, release the reserves! U.S. crude oil hit $100 per barrel Sunday, continuing its surge as the U.S.-Israeli war with Iran shows no sign of ending soon, and despite attempts by the Trump administration and allied countries to slow rising prices as oil futures trading resume around 6 p.m. It was over $102. I don't know if you guys checked that gas pump lately, but it's up! $94.34 as of the time of this broadcast. If you're playing at home, that's 51% increase in 1 month. So a lot, that's bad. Remember, his entire economic plan was just to bring oil prices down. That'll bring inflation down. That'll bring everything else down. Hey, but guess what happens when it goes up? Inflation up, everything else up too, obvious fucking lee. But what does he care? He made $5 billion in his first year as presidency. He'll be straight. Meanwhile, lots of people mad about it. Lots of people bitching. Lots of people going to fill up their trucks and putting out videos like this one.
I don't know about you, but I'm calling pure bullshit. Look at this. A week and a half ago, the same amount of fuel cost me $86.
Who'd you vote for?
Look at it today. $131. Almost $50 more in a week and a half. And you're telling me they got all that oil from overseas over to here in a week and a half to charge us more? I thought we had large oil reserves here and could produce them more out of anybody in the world. This is pure bullshit. Talk about theft and screwing us.
Yeah, well, that's not any of that works, right? Whatever affects other countries and the oil price affects us over here, even if we don't particularly use that oil. And then this one from Pennsylvania.
Listen to one more woman who we spoke with. If you could say something to President Trump and he was going to hear you right now, what would it be?
You are a worthless pile of
And you voted for him how many times?
3 times. That was my bad. Apparently, I'm an idiot.
Apparently, no apparently at all. You are an idiot. You're a fucking moron. You thought other people were going to be hurt, and now you're hurt, and you're fucking crying. All I can say is if you ever considered, just say it. It's an option. Paint the wall. Meanwhile, folks, this is how feckless our idiot president is. He can't even steal oil correctly. So you guys remember when he went into Venezuela, he kidnapped their president and just started stealing all their oil tankers? Remember, they're bragging about it. Oh, we just got all this oil coming in from Venezuela. It turns out it's not true, folks. Seized oil tankers are costing tens of millions of dollars to the U.S. right now. In an effort to crack down on nations it views as promoting terrorism, the Trump administration has been carrying out a campaign of seizing tankers carrying oil, a move the president has repeatedly characterized as a financial boon for Americans. But there's a problem. The seizures have put the U.S. government in a financial bind. The ships are highly expensive to maintain, and the Trump administration cannot legally sell their oil without a judge's permission. Consider the case of motor tanker skipper number 9304667. The United States seized the tanker and its more than 1.8 million barrels of Venezuelan petroleum on December 10th. As it made its way from Venezuela to Asia, since then, the cost to maintain the tanker and its oil have mounted. The government has already spent $47 million repairing and maintaining the aging ship, which is only valued at $10 million. They spent $47 million on a ship that's worth $10 million, y'all. No fraud here whatsoever. Federal prosecutors said in a court filing, and it will most likely need to spend another $5 million over the next few months to cover insurance and crew, among other costs. Moreover, storing the ship's oil cost the government $15,000 per day or $450,000 per year. How do you lose money when you steal shit? The fuck? I ain't never heard nothing like this. No wonder this guy bankrupted a casino. He can literally steal oil and still lose money. Just wild times, folks. $45 million on a $10 million ship. But you know they're all getting cuts. You know it's going to their friends who's kicking back to them. We're literally run by the mafia now. Meanwhile, Politico reports Hormuz inflation going to hit many product sectors. Yeah, no shit. The war with Iran is driving up more than gasoline prices. It is beginning to hit semiconductors, medical imaging, backyard gardens, and even children's party balloons. While much of the world is focused on how Iran's essential closure of the Strait of Hormuz is damaging global energy markets, other key industries risk getting hit by similar price inflation. That's because Hormuz is also a major shipping route for helium and fertilizer. Helium! Which both affect a wide sector of the economy and are now experiencing price spikes as shipping bottlenecks on both sides of the strait. Yep, everything going up, folks. You thought inflation was bad before, you ain't seen fucking nothing yet. Hey, everything working as intended. When the economy collapses, they make money. When the economy does well, they make money. Regardless of what happens, they make money. And regardless of what happens, you and I lose because it's a rigged game. Meanwhile, you have a flesh suit demon, Hassett, over there on CNBC, and he just reminds me of one of the demons from Supernatural. He just giddily smiling the whole time he lies and speaks evil. Watch him say the quiet part out loud, folks.
But the fact is that the U.S. economy is fundamentally sound, and that if it were to be extended, it wouldn't really disrupt the U.S. economy very much at all. It would hurt consumers, and we'd have to think about.
That's right, hey! If we keep this war going for a long time, it won't hurt the economy because rich people are doing fine. Rich people are funneling every penny to the top. They're still buying stocks. 10% of the fucking population is spending 90% of the money. The economy will still be fine. It's the consumer who's going to suffer. The poor's out there. Those trying to feed their kids. Those trying to buy health insurance. That's who's really in trouble here, folks. And it's not even a thought in our head. Listen to him.
It would hurt consumers, and we'd have to think about, if that continued, what we would have to do about that. But that's like really the last of our concerns right now.
That's really, the American consumer is really the last thought in our head. Like, who gives a shit about them? We hate the poor. Fuck them. They're the ones that elected us to begin with. So as far as we're concerned, they can all die brutally. I'm just saying. Good God. I wish I had a hot brother to hunt all these demons down with. Who's with me? Fucking Dean. So hot. God damn it. So hot. I agree with no longer Weasel Kyle Kalinske over there at the White House. They shitting on renewable energies again, y'all. Trump, I'm proudly telling you that we're going to try and have no windmills built in the United States. As Kyle says, imagine being so fucking stupid. You declare war on renewable energy at the exact same time we have an oil crisis. But nothing makes any sense, folks. Exactly the right time to do renewable energies, to invest in solar, nuclear, wind, water, everything get your hands on. In fact, his whole stance here is hurting Americans, right? It's anti-American. It makes us less safe because the longer we're dependent on countries like Iran and their oil stocks, right? The more in danger we are. Why are we helping them? Why are we not getting off fucking oil and onto renewable energy so they have less power over us? All the Middle Eastern countries have way less power. You guys are really concerned about this. This is the number one thing you can do to combat them and fight back. But of course, they don't actually care about it at all, folks. They love the opportunity to nuke people, to bomb them, to waste money on this shit. Because that's what their stockholders want. And hey, they're fucking stockholders themselves. So it's a win-win. Have you guys heard about this crazy-ass story? Now, this is nuts. Speaking about renewable energies. Apparently, in Arizona, there's an area where your vote counts depending on how much land you own. The more land you own, the more your vote counts. How is this even fucking legal? How is this democratic in any way? Some crazy shit. Let me read you. In one of America's least democratic elections, the rule is not one person, one vote. It's 1 acre, 1 vote. Only property owners in metropolitan Phoenix can cast ballots in the April 7th race for control of the Salt River Project, one of the nation's largest public power utilities. Early voting began this week for the land-owning select, and the more land they own, the more votes they get. A farmer with 200 acres gets 200 votes. A suburban homeowner on a quarter of an acre gets a quarter of a vote. Renters are locked out entirely. The system dates back to 1903, nearly a decade before Arizona became a state, when just a few thousand people lived in the Valley of the Sun. Since then, sprawling subdivisions have replaced cotton fields, and Phoenix has swelled to the 5th largest city in the country. But the property ownership requirement has stuck, even as similar restriction elsewhere were found unconstitutional during the expansion of voting rights in the 1960s. It is unconscionable. It is wrong. It is undemocratic, said Sandy Barr, director of the Grand Canyon chapter of the Sierra Club. It is some kind of feudal system. Yep, it sure is. Seat holders on the boards and councils that oversee the Salt River Project are powerful. They set rules and decide how much the utility's millions of customers will pay for power and water. Crucial questions in a place where droughts are constant, air conditioning is essential, and electricity prices have risen, as they have in much of the country. This year's election is poised to be the most competitive and combative yet, as Turning Point USA, the Phoenix-based right-wing political group founded by Charlie Kirk, is spending big to defeat a slate of candidates backing more renewable energy. So literally Turning Point USA is coming in there. They're spending tons of fucking money to buy up, I guess, the votes of these rich-ass landowners to make sure they don't invest in renewable energies, to make sure we're dependent on oil, to make sure Middle Eastern countries have us under their fucking thumb forever, right? It's just a branch of the Republican Party, Turning Points USA. So this is why we can't have nice things, folks. Crazy fucking situation. What century is this, said Randy Miller, one of the pro-renewable energy candidates who has served on the Salt River Board since 2018. We've got to change something. Yeah, it seems a little too late for that. I can't believe that system is still in place. Get your shit together, Arizona. Meanwhile, folks, somebody tell me, is this bad? So as I pointed out to you guys multiple times before, the government is continuously hiding economic numbers, how the GDP is doing, how much jobs they've gained and lost. They've actually put Yes Man in charge of these agencies. They're supposed to put these numbers out. So specifically, they don't put the numbers out. Well, all that in, folks. Breaking, the Security and Exchange Commission is preparing a proposal to eliminate the quarterly earnings report requirement and instead give companies the option to share results twice a year. So, yeah, companies normally are legally obligated to show every quarter, that's 4 times a year, how their business is doing so that their stockholders can see how well their plans are going, right? To see if they're worthy to invest in still. Well, not anymore, folks. They don't want you to know. They want to hide these horrible numbers for as long as they fucking possibly can. So that's why they're doing this. Only get half the information. Good luck, stock market. I guess it'll be fine since it's rigged. And speaking of words have no meaning anymore, folks, here's Shady Vance. It's a disgrace that American children and families are being defrauded by the people who hate this country. I'm proud to lead the administration's task force on fraud, and I'm thankful to President Trump for entrusting this task to me. But of course, their words don't fucking mean anything. It's the exact opposite of the truth all the time, because if you've been following this show, you know Donald Trump has already pardoned 100 fraudsters, folks. The most fraudulent administration of all time. Probably more fraudulent than all the other administrations put together. But they continuously shit down your throat and tell you it's pumpkin pie. Jason Galanis robbed $200 million, pardoned. Joseph Schwartz, $38 million, pardoned. Lawrence Duran, $205 million. And if you guys don't know, when Trump pardons these people, all the money that they're ordered by the courts to pay back, they don't have to pay it back anymore. So all their victims who are going to get some recompense are completely fucked. As of March 2026, reports and analysis from the House Judiciary Committee and other oversight groups indicate that Donald Trump's pardons and commutations across his 2 terms have forgiven nearly $2 billion in total financial penalties. Of that amount, more than $1.3 billion represents court-ordered restitution that was owed directly to victims and taxpayers. That's right, folks. That's how much they care about fraud. They literally pardon all the fraudsters, let them keep all the fucking money, and then tell you, I can't believe the former administration let people defraud y'all. At the same time, they defund all the organizations that's supposed to protect the consumer from fraud. Every single one of them falling like dominoes. But of course, it's opposite day every day in the Trump administration. Meanwhile, remember how mad they were, y'all, at Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden took a job working for a company in the Ukraine, was making $1 million a year. Had no qualifications on being there. Obviously, they were trying to buy influence from his daddy, Joe Biden. And we don't have any evidence that they actually did buy influence. But even I said at the time, because I'm consistent, fuck this. It's obvious that company, whether they got anything from Joe Biden or not, they're trying to send the message that because Hunter Biden is on our board, we might have the ear of the president to boost their stock, to give them some kind of advantage or leadway with other companies, right? And that's bullshit. We should allow that. Well, this is that times 9 fucking 11. This is that on steroids. Jared Kushner solicits $5 billion during Middle East envoy work. So last week he got about $150 million just in pay from Saudi Arabia, who has been begging Donald Trump to attack Iran. Donald Trump says that one of the reasons he attacked Iran is because Jared Kushner told him to do, folks. Now he's getting $5 billion, this guy that doesn't work in our government, from the exact same people who are petitioning our government to do war in the Middle East. But I guess there's no conflict of interest here, folks, because, as always, MAGA doesn't care about anything. It's always a double set of rules. And you see the media is not reporting this, not even close to what they reported Hunter Biden, because the media is 100% complicit in all of this. Jared Kushner, one of the U.S. government's chief negotiators in the Middle East, is trying to raise more money for his private equity firm from governments in the region. Mr. Kushner, President Trump's son-in-law, has spoken with potential investors in recent weeks about raising $5 billion or more for Affinity Partners, his investment firm. So, yep, as corrupt as it could possibly get, but it doesn't matter. We deserve it, I guess. Even people in the Middle East ain't mad, y'all. They just saying the quiet part out loud. Here's a Kuwaiti analyst saying, what do we give Jared Kushner all this money for? We literally tried to buy influence, and he ain't returning our investment. Listen to this shit.
We need to know that you cannot appease Zionists. Mm-hmm. You cannot buy influence. Mm-hmm. Look at Jared Kushner. We know how much he took from the Gulf. It's open source public info. And now the same countries that gave him all that money for zero return are facing strikes and bombs. Mm-hmm. And they're trying to make it seem as if it is our duty to carry on the job that Israel wants to continue, which is a very crazy idea to begin with. Mm-hmm. So we need to change the way we think how we can influence Washington.
Oh my God, he admitted! Obviously, that's why they're giving him all this money, not because he's a genius investor or anything. They're just trying to buy influence, but nobody cares anymore, folks. It's not even a scandal anymore. Meanwhile, also not a scandal. Donald Trump selling commander circle spots to donors. Man, I was thinking about this earlier. I don't really like very many politicians. I think Bernie Sanders is okay sometimes. AOC is sort of okay sometimes. I like Zoran Mamdani so far. He pretty good, even though he's only going to disappoint me, I'm sure. But if Zoran Mamdani sent me a message like this, I would immediately turn my back on him and hate him. Here's Donald Trump's attempt to con money out of his doofs. I want to give you a line to me, Donald J. Trump. That's exactly why I'm going to do something I've never done before. For the first time ever, I'm opening up a brand new membership to the public, the Commander Circle. You've been commanded by me to accept your spot as soon as you read this. Accept invitations from Trump. That's right, I command you to give me money so you can be one of my special chosen ones that gets all the private information that nobody else hears. I would turn on any politician immediately if they did that to me, y'all. But, of course, they want to be abused, right? They like being walked on. Tread on me, daddy. No humiliation they won't endure. They have a fetish for it. Meanwhile, spot on meme. I am going to eat you. Psh. He tells it like it is. That's why I support him. No bullshit. He gonna murder and eat our guts. And I, for one, respect that. Well, then die, bitch. That's all I gotta say. Quicker the better. Meanwhile, here's Trump's next grift. Trump wants massive underground center at the White House. Yay! Another $200-300 billion, I'm sure. The White House wants to build an underground center to provide security screenings for visitors, the latest step in the Trump administration's plan to overhaul the grounds. Plans include renderings of the 33,000 square foot center were included in the preliminary agenda released on Friday. So, once again, Trump doesn't need the money. He just does it for the love of the game. He has spent his entire career siphoning money from these projects, just like he did from the big, beautiful ballroom. Now it's another boondoggle, another couple $100 billion where he can decide where the money goes. He can overpay his friends hundreds of millions of dollars. They give him kickbacks and shit. Endless checks for the biggest suckers and losers in the country, in the world, the American taxpayers. But folks, he's doing a big about face on the migrants, and he's losing a lot of the MAGA hardcores for this one. Who could have seen this coming? You round up all the brown folks picking our food, building our houses, and that might be bad for food prices and housing prices. Well, now he's done a 180. For years, the agricultural sector has faced a tight labor market as farm workers age and fewer new immigrants and younger Americans are willing to toil in the field. Top Trump administration officials vowed that mass deportations would help, leading to higher wages with better benefits and 100% American workforce. But the administration has quietly acknowledged in recent months that its immigration raids and crackdowns on the border have aggravated the issue. Get out. So it has instead turned to an alternative source, making it cheaper for farmers to hire immigrant farm workers on temporary visas. Many farmers have celebrated those changes, made to an increasingly popular visa program known as H-2A, noting the difficulty in hiring American workers. So anyway, millions of new H-2A visas, way fucking cheaper. Just decided to import the Browns again, folks, because there's no rhyme or reason for anything. Right at first, he was trying to appeal to the Nazis. And I guess now he's worried about the farmers, I guess. His other billionaire donors. Worried about leaving fruit to rot on the vine. So has to change the wheel and switcheroo. Now he's caused the fucking problem. He has to come in and try to fix it. So he pretends like he actually solved it when he's the one that created it to begin with. Typical Trump. Taco shit. Always chickens out. No shock there. And that is my economy section in halftime. Hell yeah. Hour and a half. Gonna be a long show tonight. Please forgive me while I do a very brief commercial. Shut up, Dusty! To begin with. Hey, folks, if you click on the More button, it pops down. The very first link goes to my Patreon. Could you find in your heart to support history? As I said earlier, folks, I'm a historian. I'm just trying to chronicle exactly what's happening in these horrible, dark times in which we live so that future generations might actually know what the fuck happens here instead of whatever slop is reported to them by our mainstream media. If you enjoy what I do, please help me stay in business. I want to continue doing this for as long as I possibly can. But I need your help. Please, if you will, chip in a couple bucks on my Patreon. You click this button, it pops up my Patreon, and become a member right here. Boom! Basically, you just put your credit card in or your PayPal, and you're like, hey, I like to cut Dusty's jib. I want to give him $5 a month or $10 or $100 or whatever you can afford. I'm not a televangelist, so if you don't have it, don't give it. But if you have a few bucks, I could really use it. And also, if you like that, I do have a animal sanctuary. We rescue dogs and cats that are about to be put down and give them forever home. So help me out. And also, you get all the after parties. It's the show after the show. We do it once a week on the Fridays. Way better than this stupid fucking bullshit I'm doing to you now. So it's win, baby. Please help me out if you can. I would appreciate it. And also, PayPal and Patreon. I don't allow nobody to tell me what to do, folks. I don't have any sponsors. No ads from Google allowed to run on my show. It's all you, baby. 100% user sponsor. So please aim your camera phone or check out the links in the description of the video to my PayPal and my Patreon and chip in a few bucks. Thank you in advance. I appreciate you. And now let's read the super chats. I bet Rebecca's first. Hero to the show, Rebecca. Usually. Oh, yeah, Rebecca. I was right. Thumbnail exemplifies it perfectly with Big Macs, too. Yep. Took me a little doing to get that thumbnail made, but I did it, baby. AI don't want to cooperate no more, but I force it to. I don't do what you want, baby. I do what I want. You're a tool. Thank you, Rebecca. Appreciate you. Travel the world. Welcome to Dusty Buddies. Fuck yeah, welcome. Appreciate you. Spam that chat with impunity. Now that you got customized emojis. Dusty's mom ate the birthday fruit. Woo, yeah, she did. Slip, fruit. She was slipping all over the place. Not really. That's gross. Dirty minds. Thank you, Graham. Thanks for all you do, Dusty. I appreciate your efforts. Hey, I thank you, you future motherfucker. Love you. As long as you guys support the show, I would do this forever and ever and ever on account of I'm never going to die. Cryo Drago, love you, Dusty. Been a while since I tuned in. Where you been, Cryo? We missed you. Welcome back. One ticket from Jason asked me if you got that ticket. Please give Jason your love and tune in on Friday for the new after party. Eric James, Dusty, this war is going to make food prices skyrocket. Oh, goody. I guess every restaurant trip will be over $200 now. Because of the rising cost of fertilizer. It's connected to natural gas. It's all connected. I covered that in my last show, but also spot on, Eric James. Tristan Canaday, 1742. I always thought that Forrest Gump almost felt like a spoof of Oscar bait movie. At times, the movie is too goofy to take seriously. That dude was definitely autistic. I don't know if autism was like a big thing back then, but I watched that and I was like, autistic, I recognize that. Need to smoke some weed. Misanthropic Musings. Had to check my calendar. Dusty on a Tuesday, best surprise of you, yeah. Thank my mama having a birthday yesterday, and I was like, this shit can't wait till Wednesday. If I wait till Wednesday, the show's going to be 4 hours long. It's only going to be 3 hours as it is. Get your shit together, Dusty. So I did it. Happy to hang out with you guys. Thank you, Misanthropic. Comrade, Power Fist, $20. Fucking love you. Thank you, comrade. Dan, what up, Dan? How do we know you're not AI? Because I only have 5 fingers. Too many fingers. It's too many fingers. I'm AI. We're going to get to that in a minute. Don't get ahead of me, Dan. We're going to get to that. And Netanyahu coming up next, in fact. Not true. I lied. Happy birthday, Dusty Mama. Thanks for raising him well. Fuck yeah, my mama rocks. Love my mama. Big shout out. Hope you're doing good tonight, mama. And all right, folks. Hey, plenty of time to get your super chats in. If you guys enjoy what I do, please chip in a few bucks. Don't let me go out of business. You'll be so sad. Super chat me. Help me out. Do it to it. And you get me to read your words. So that's pretty cool, right? Moving right along, folks. I'm going to read all the PayPals at the end of the show, so get your PayPal in. My phone's dead. I have a Cashapp, too. I'll read that next show, I promise. Patreon, all that. But for now, moving right along, time for some Chud Watch. Let's see if it lags. I bet it lags. I gotta move it the fuck over. I'm so worthless, guys. All right, here we go. Don't lag. Don't lag. God damn it! Judge talking about Chud. Stupid ass secondary hard drive. Why don't you spit up, bastard? That makes me so angry. I'll say Rick Woo! All right, first off, on tonight's Chud Watch. Donald Trump, I guess, about to take over Cuba, because why not? I guess Donald Trump is the dictator of the earth now. I guess no other country has any sovereignty anymore. Donald Trump gets to determine who your leaders are. Donald Trump gets to decide what happens to your oil, what your economy is all about. Here he is bragging about it.
I do believe I'll be having the honor of taking Cuba. That'd be good. That's a big honor.
Taking Cuba.
Taking Cuba in some form, yeah. Taking Cuba. I mean, whether I free it, take it, I think I could do anything I want with it. You want to know the truth?
Hey, you want to know the truth? I'm a dictator, baby. I'm the king of the world. I take all your motherfucking countries. Your shit belongs to me. Woo! Colonialism, baby.
Okay, world. Hey, at what point does the world have the right to stand up and defend themselves against this fucking psychopath? He did it to Venezuela, gonna do it to Iran, gonna do it to fucking Cuba. No country's safe. Think you guys might want to stand up for yourself at some goddamn point. Meanwhile, remember he kidnapped the president of Venezuela. Basically, the vice president, which is a woman, got put right in power. All the same dickheads, just right back in fucking power. The only difference is, I guess she's worried about getting kidnapped, so she's allowing Trump to steal the oil tankers, which is not helping us, like I just showed you guys. I guess they're kind of sabotaging us by letting us steal the oil tankers and spend $45 million on a $10 million oil tanker. If they get these oil tankers back, they can be worth 10 times more money than they were when they got confiscated by us. But anyway, he real close to him. The female president of Venezuela.
Literally millions of barrels of oil are being taken out, and it's been a great help, and it's been to their great benefit. The president has done a really good job. We get along with him really well.
Yeah, we get along with him so well. We're so close to him, the female president of Venezuela. It's all fine, folks. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Meanwhile, Trump called Gavin Newsom the president of the United States. He really did that. Let's listen.
I think a president should not have learning disabilities, okay? And I know it's highly controversial to say such a horrible thing. The president of the United States, Gavin Newsom, admitted that he has learning disabilities, dyslexia,
That's right, you heard it there, folks. Gavin Newsom is the president of the United States, according to Donald Trump. Now, I don't want to sane wash Donald Trump, to be honest with you. I hate when people do that. But to play devil's advocate, I have a feeling what he's trying to say here is that it would be an embarrassment if Gavin Newsom was the president because he has dyslexia. And he's doing a bit. Oh, the president of the United States, Gavin Newsom, can't even read. But he's so low energy. He's not pulling the bit off. He's trying to do some kind of comedy act, but low energy, sad Donald Trump. I think that's what he's trying to say. But Not stopping Gavin Newsom from doing a little bit of the trolling. Gavin Newsom says, now that I, Gavin C. Newsom, am officially president of the United States. Thank you, Donald. I have many big announcements to make. First, every Trump executive order is null and void. Stephen Miller and every Trump goon is fired, and the Trump corruption probe is officially launched. Healthcare is now free for all. He ain't gonna do that. No measles, and all moms get free childcare so we can have more babies. He ain't gonna do that either. I will soon be banning all Ticketmaster fees. I might do that. That'd be good. And there will be no more commercials allowed during NBA and NFL games. He also ain't doing that. A bunch of bullshit he ain't doing, but at least a little bit of the trolling. I can get behind that. Meanwhile, Bernie Sanders warning exactly what I've been warning. Hi, Bernie. Clearly watching this show. One family. The right-wing Trump-aligned Ellisons will soon control TikTok, CBS, CNN, HBO, Discovery Channel, BET, Cartoon Network, Comedy Central, DC Studios, Fandango, Miramax, MTV, Nickelodeon, Paramount, Pluto TV, Showtime, TBS, the CW, TNT, Warner Bros., and more. This is an oligarchy, it is. It's oligarchy. Hard to say it. It's also an oligarchy. But that's what it's all about, folks. They're sewing everything up. They're closing the net, making sure they dominate all the airwaves so you don't get any kind of counter-programming information whatsoever. That's why this show is so important. Don't let it go out of business. And then, this is how evil we are as a country, folks. State Department wrote a memo saying that they're going to withhold HIV medication from Zambia unless we allow them, unless they allow us to steal their mineral rights. As I said earlier, folks, it's basically just a mafia organization, and you got to kick your envelope up to the mob boss. Hey, those are some mighty sick people you got there. It'd be a shame if we withheld their medication and let them die. You better give us all your shit, Africa. Just the very definition of colonialism and imperialism. The State Department is considering withholding life-saving assistance to people with HIV in Zambia as a negotiation tactic to force the government of the southern African country to sign a deal, give the United States more access to its critical minerals. Yep. Demons in flesh suits, y'all. The richest country on the earth, but instead of helping people, endless murder, endless threats, endless fucking violence, endless death. Because that's who we are. It's the death of decency. I don't know if we were ever a decent country, but I know we're definitely fucking not anymore. Meanwhile, this is who's ruling us, folks. They tell you it's meritocracy, but it's nothing but embarrassment every day. A source sent me this photo of Fash Patel's custom Nikes. The shoes feature a number 9, because Patel is the 9th FBI director, a Punisher skull, cringe, and his personal logo cast. Look at this fucking Punisher logo. Now, those of you who know anything about Punisher knows that the Punisher would have murdered the fuck out of Cash Patel. Would have been the first dude the Punisher killed. Pew, pew, pew. You guys are watching Punisher. Might want to check into the show, Fash Patel. He literally kills cops. Did you see the last season of the fucking Daredevil? He was pew-pewing all the fucking cops, gorked the shit out of them. He would hate you guys, but nothing matters. It's all a fucking sick joke. Such a tough guy, Fash Patel. He's the Punisher, guys. Why is our police, our government, pretending they're murderous vigilantes? That seems like that might be a little red flag, a sign of danger there. We're in danger. Meanwhile, meritocracy, babies. Speaking of meritocracy, the Department of Justice, no experience required for new prosecutors. So they fired everybody that has any talent, everybody that has any experience from the DOJ because they were leftists. They want to make sure as many lefties as possible lose their job because not only do they want nothing but yes men in the government, but the more Democrats they fire, the less money they have for themselves, but also the less time they have to volunteer for candidates, the less money they have to donate. So it's a win-win-win situation all the way around. But it turns out they ain't got nobody to do the jobs, and they want to prosecute a lot of people that normal prosecutors wouldn't prosecute. Just anybody Trump demands they do. People that burn flags, which is supposed to be covered by the First Amendment of the Constitution. Anybody. So no longer do you need any experience whatsoever. The Justice Department has waived a policy requiring newly hired federal prosecutors to possess at least 1 year of experience practicing law. As U.S. attorney offices struggle to find qualified replacements following mass departures, many offices have previously adopted their own rules mandating at least 3 years of legal practice rather than the national baseline threshold of 1 year. But the reduced standards this month were implemented in federal districts such as Minnesota and Southern Florida that have experienced significant attrition to put new prosecutors to work straight out of law school. So, yeah, meritocracy, baby. No experience necessary to work for the Department of Justice, the organization that's supposed to bring us justice, right? Make us feel safer, put bad guys behind bars. But once again, meritocracy. That's what meritocracy really means. Yes, men. Whoever's going to do whatever their fucking bidding is. When they say meritocracy, they just mean no women, no blacks. And this is the kind of stuff they were trying to prosecute, folks. I showed you guys this the first time it happened. So last year, Donald Trump first became president. He was like, you know what I hate? Free speech. The first thing I'm going to do is outlaw flag burning, even though the Supreme Court already has said that's covered under the First Amendment. You have the freedom of speech to burn a flag as long as you fucking own it, as long as you don't steal it. You can burn your flag all you want to. Who gives a shit? Donald Trump was like, no, arrest anybody who burns a flag. And so this veteran decided to put him to the test. Got in front of the White House, did this.
I'm burning this flag as a protest to that illegal fascist president that sits in that house. My name is Jay Carey. I am a 20-year combat veteran, having served in the United States Army. It is our First Amendment right to burn this flag, regardless of what the president says. Yep, I'm being detained because I expressed my First Amendment right to burn the United States flag in public, not causing harm or causing any danger to any citizens or personnel in the area.
So arrested, and you guys are going to laugh seeing how what I just told you about the Department of Justice, hiring people that don't have any experience, but Department of Justice drops charges against vet who burned U.S. flag. Ha ha, yeah, no shit. Freedom of speech, sluts, learn to love it. I know you never will. Fucking Nazis. Meanwhile, Heritage Foundation, so these are the people that funded Charlie Kirk. These are the people that trained Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was hired, funded, paid, educated by billionaire oligarchs in order to divide our country, to put out every divisive right-wing talking point to split us down the goddamn middle. So instead of a class war, which we should be fighting against the evil that rules us, we're pitting it against each other in a culture war. That's what he gave his life for, folks. That's what he was hired to do. And these are the type of people we're talking about, folks. These are the people who trained him, who educated him. This is Heritage Foundation, who authored Trump's Project 2025. Here's what they have to say publicly.
Every effort must be made not to recruit women into engineering, but rather to recruit and demand more of men who become engineers. Ditto for med school and the law and every trade. If every Nobel Prize winner is a man, that's not a failure. It's kind of a cause for celebration. Why can't our celebration of male excellence in sports be translated into all facets of life?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
More successful men will mean more happy citizenry and a stronger nation. Such medicated, quarrelsome, and meddlesome women gain their meaning through the seeming participation in the global project.
Do tell.
They are agents of the new world, but not new life.
Oh, shit.
Such women are now the backbone of every left-wing cosmopolitan party in the Western world, from the Greens in Germany to the Democratic Party in America. And if our ideal woman is a childless media scold or a barren bureaucratic apparatchik, there is no question whether we can have a future. We can't. There is a question of whether we deserve one.
If women have fewer options, the thinking goes they'll have more children.
Yeah, that's exactly what the CEO of Palantir said. AI going to take all the educated jobs, which are a lot of women, going to hurt the Democratic Party because they'll have less money. Exactly what he was saying. Fuck them women, am I right? We should do nothing but support men because men are the dumbasses leading us down the path of fascism. They're the ones much more likely to vote for Donald fucking Trump. And damn, that loneliness epidemic making more and more sense every goddamn day. Meanwhile, I love it when the girls fight. The MAGA civil war ramping up. So MAGA split in two, guys. A lot of people leaving MAGA. They're still kind of on the outer shells, sucking Donald Trump's toes a little bit. But a few of them want to stand up against our worship of Israel, the Iran war. People like Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson, even booger-eating Nazi fucking Nick Fuentes. On the other side, you have hardcore Zionists like billionaire Mark Levine, who spent all his time doing nothing but trying to brainwash Americans into being cool with forever wars and being slave to Israel. Well, apparently Megyn Kelly and Mark Levine got a little spat publicly live, and it was fucking beautiful. First off, Mark Levine says, poor Megyn Kelly, an emotionally unhinged, lewd, and petulant wreck. She's completely revealed and destroyed herself. She's everything people say she is, but much worse. Never an intelligent, thoughtful, or substantive comment. Utterly toxic. To which Megyn Kelly was like, oh, hell no. She fired back by saying, Micropenis Mark thinks he has the monopoly on lewd. He tweets about me obsessively in the crudest, nastiest terms, literally more than some stalkers I have had arrested. He doesn't like it when women like me fight back. Because of his micro penis, you got a little Vienna sausage dick, says Megyn Kelly. I guess you would know. I don't know. So then, folks, you know who no likey this at all and has a micro penis? Donald Trump. Donald Trump was like, hell to the no. I love me some Mark Levine. Donald Trump not even trying to hide anymore that he's completely owned by the Zionists. He tired of goddamn Megyn Kelly. He tired of goddamn Tucker Carlson shitting all over his beautiful forever war. Decided to spend his time going to bat for crazy-ass Zionist Mark Levine. And Donald Trump says, Mark Levine, a truly great American patriot, is somewhat under siege by other people with far less intellect. Looking at you, Megyn Kelly. Capability and love for our country. Mark is tough, strong, and brilliant, hence the nickname, the Great One. Conceived by our MAGA friend, the wonderful Sean Hannity, after years of dealing with Mark in legal, media, and other capacities. Mark would often do Sean shows anyway. It's just a dick suckathon. He's like slurping that fucking Zionist dick. Donald Trump gone, y'all. So next thing you know, MAGA pissed. MAGA like, oh, hell no. Why you sucking Zionist dick, Donald Trump? They all like, well, anyway. Mark Levine, poor about read that. Michael Penis Mark. Fox News host John Root, you just proved his point that you are emotionally unhinged on the Zionist side, of course. And Megan's like, walk me through it, John. How many times should I allow him to attack me in the nastiest, most personal and vile way? I guess for fucking ever. I mean, maybe don't be a part of right-wing Nazis there, Megyn. That's my advice to you. And like I said, MAGA furious about it. What the hell, said the Hodge twins. The Hodge twins are all over the place. The Hodge twins, they suck Donald Trump's asshole one day, and they against him the next fucking day. They don't know where they fucking stand. They all come confused. Whatever gets them a click right this very fucking second, they go with. Milo! Pedophile apologist Milo is like, Trump is dead, and the foul serpent of the Levant wears his skin. Yeah, they're all fucking lizard people. David Icker's right. Drew Hernandez, apparently, according to Trump, if you do not like Mark Levin, you are not MAGA now. Oh, yeah, and here he says basically the same thing. If you don't support his forever wars, if you don't do whatever Israel tells you to do, you're not MAGA, you've never been MAGA, and you'll never be MAGA. So he's basically kicking anybody that doesn't support this out, which is good. I love to see him fucking divided. Chris Brunet, hard to imagine a bigger fall from grace than Trump's second term. He's raging at Megyn Kelly here for saying Mark Levine has a micro penis. MAGA is completely 100% utterly dead. MAGA is now just a zombie skin suit worn by Mark Levin. Bill Ackman, Barry Weiss, Jerry Kushner, Captive Dreamer, Ben Shapiro, Douglas Murray, Chris Rufo, Mark Dumbowitz, Shabazz Kastabam, Eyal Yacobi, John Podhoretz, and Betya Unger Saran. I know all those names. Beautiful. Raheem J. Gassman, whether you approve or disapprove of Trump defending Mark Levin, one thing that is almost certainly true. For this to have happened, it is that Levin called Trump or someone close to him and complained that Megyn Kelly said he had a micropenis. And yeah, that's what our president is focused on, folks. How dare you call my Zionist overlord tiny penis? You gotta take time out of my day, I guess, from murdering children to comment on this micropenis. Hysterical Mark Levin orders Trump to scold the people being mean to him, and the president dutifully complies. Utterly humiliating. Yep, that's who rules you. Anyway, they was all mad, folks. All over the MAGA. Everybody upset. Marjorie's like, I wholeheartedly support Megyn, telling the world that Mark Levine has a micropenis. It's the most deserved insult, and I don't care if it's vulgar. And Trump's trying to get in defense of Levin only enrages the base more. People are done. MAGA destroyed by a micropenis Mark Levine. And I love it. I hope they all kill each other. Implosion. Meanwhile, a lot of people leaving the MAGA ship. A lot of the rats fleeing as it fucking sinks. I never thought I'd see the day, folks. I thought that the entirety of the cult would hang on to the bitter end, but at least some of them fracturing off. Not willing to take responsibility for the fact that they were always horrible people for supporting Donald Trump. That they were always fucking evil. They just now don't want to be associated with it anymore because it's gotten that fucking out of hand. But case in point, longtime Trump supporter Carrie Priesian, former ex-beauty queen, had this to say on Piers Morgan.
I've been a loyal supporter of the president for almost 20 years. This goes back to when I was 21 years old and I was Miss California at the Miss USA pageant. And I've known him. I consider him a dear friend. And I will tell you right now, I do not recognize our president. I think that we are an...
It's the exact same guy. It's literally, he has not changed a fucking bit. He was always lying. It was very obvious to see that he was lying the entire fucking time and he was a con man. And you didn't fucking give a shit, right? So take some goddamn responsibility. Maybe, if you were conned by Donald Trump to begin with, maybe you should second guess your opinion for the rest of your fucking life and just keep your mouth shut.
Occupied nation. I think that a foreign country has occupied our government. And we are seeing now that this president of the United States of America is being influenced by a foreign government. And MAGA,
same as it ever was.
Let me tell you right now, MAGA is dead. It is deader than dead, and Americans are furious. We do not recognize President Donald J. Trump anymore.
Oh, I recognize him. Same dirty old bitch he ever was. But hey, welcome to the Line of Logic for once in your fucking life. But folks, I hate to report this, but Donald Trump really has won. When it comes to the Epstein files, almost nobody's talking about that anymore. When it comes to the secret police, almost never see anything about that anymore in the press. He sent our men and women to die, killed 175 school children, bankrupting our fucking country, and in the end, he got exactly what he wanted. Even I am finding very little about the secret police to cover anymore. But here's one and done for the secret police. A federal judge ordered the release of this asylum seeker in Vermont after ICE forced entry into a home and arrested her, even though she was not named in the warrant. Badges? We don't need no stinking badges. Here they are. They were told the rules don't apply to them. They have federal immunity. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do, so you don't have any rights anymore. But at least the judge upheld this, so good. Maybe nature is healing. We'll see. Nazi son of bitches. I hope there's justice for you motherfuckers someday. And that is my Chud Watch. Hell yeah. Woo. And all right, folks, get your super chats in. Got a couple more sections. I got Free Palestine, followed by religious bullshit, a couple Beyond parodies. But for now, let's fucking do it. It's time to free some motherfucking Palestine. Lag it, bitch! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! And first up, Israel killed every single paramedic in this photo today in South London. This is part of the Israeli playbook where they double tap, where they'll kill a bunch of children, and then when everybody rushes in, when all the best among us, the bravest, the first responders try to rescue people, they double tap and they murder them too, to make examples. 12 paramedics slaughtered in one Israeli strike. Because Gaza's not enough, Palestine's not enough, Iran's not enough, it's never fucking enough. They're parasites who are spread all across the goddamn globe. Killing medics is a war crime, but they don't believe in that. Killing medics is a crime against humanity, but if they don't believe in that, they don't have any humanity. This is meticide, yes, but that's what they do. And now America's in this business too. Meanwhile, as I told you guys earlier, people are questioning whether Benjamin Netanyahu is alive or dead. There were unsubstantiated reports that Iran gorked his ass, bombed the fuck out of him, and he was dead as a bucket of fried chicken. So in order to, I guess, put to rest all those rumors, Israel has been putting out videos of Benjamin Netanyahu. So they put out one before, and people noticed, dude got 6 fingers. It's AI. They try to fool us. He's definitely dead. AI. Now, I did look at the video. I'm not going to show you that video, but I did look at it, and he didn't have 6 fingers. It's just the lighting, the shadow. It makes his little part here. It looks sort of like a finger. Video has artifacts in it, and it's not perfect, and it can always have glitches and stuff and make it look like shit is what it ain't. So I do not believe, in my personal opinion, that Benjamin Netanyahu's dead, and I do not believe any of these videos are AI. I've watched them all. Yes, I saw the one where his ring disappeared. I think that's just a glitch. It's very easy to explain away. But proof of life videos! Netanyahu been putting out proof of life videos, including this one where he goes to a coffee shop and he keeps holding up his hands to prove that he only has 5 fingers. But people are trolling the shit out of him. They're like, hey, anybody can do that. And so this is the video they put up with Netanyahu. Here's the new Ayatollah and Kim Jong-un. So they all must be real, folks.
אתה רוצה מספר אצבעות? אתה יכול להראות לנו? ראית? יפה מאוד. לחיים.
Yeah, crazy, y'all. And of course, a lot of parodies making fun of Netanyahu. Like, apparently, not only is he alive, but he's never been in better shape. Oh, that's not it. Oh, no, don't pour it. They poured hot water up. Coffee on him. That wasn't one. This is going on. Woo! Yada, da, da, da. Gonna murder some children. Oh, my God. That's AI. I see it. Oh, my God. Something about this tells me that's not real. Can't put my foot on it. What is this?
Salam alaikum,
Salam!
Habibis.
Shut the fuck up, Ayatollah Asahola. And all right. Oh, yeah, then they just wild now, folks. They like, hey, if it wasn't real, then could we have Hitler? And I don't know. Looks real to me, folks. Got to be real. Meanwhile, oh, man. This is scary as shit, folks. This is not even America anymore. This is like every third world 10-pot dictatorship. If you dare question Israel, if you dare speak out against child murder in America now, you can be arrested and held for a year without being charged. Breaking news, a New Jersey woman who took part in pro-Palestinian demonstrations at Columbia University in 2024 was released from a federal detention center in Texas, where she had been held for more than a year. She has not been charged with the crime. Why is this not kidnapping? Why are they not rounding up everybody who's responsible for this? They're trying to send a very clear message. You do not have the right of free speech in this country anymore. You can speak out against anything you want to, but you do not speak out against Israel's genocide and their child murder. You do not have that right, slaves. So fucking infuriating. And yes, we have now made indefinite detentions the norm in America. Scary ass times. Meanwhile, you know who loves it? John Fetterman. John Fetterman says, well, first off, he posts this link that says support for Israel among Democrats has plummeted more than 50% since October 7th attacks. Yeah, you know, as we watch live, the genocide, children getting their head blown off, their parents murdered in front of them. We watch some of the most horrible war crimes and atrocities the mind can imagine. Yeah, that makes you dislike the people killing children a little bit. But John Fetterman loves it. He don't care what his constituents say. He don't care what you voted for him for. He's like, I don't follow the polls. As a Democrat, I unapologetically stand on the side of moral clarity and our ally Israel. Yep, genocide! So morally clear, I guarantee you, this motherfucker strangled a prostitute or some shit. They gotta have something on him, y'all. No doubt about it. He gonna end up living in Israel and strangling all the prostitute he can get his fat, grubby hands on. Fuck this guy. Meanwhile, I don't know how this is legal, but I know it is. I know how it is. It's because we have been taken over by a foreign entity. So I'm not even that big of a Thomas Massie fan because he's a Republican and fuck the Republicans. But he is doing what other Republicans are not willing to do. He is trying to get the Epstein files released. He is, at least in some way, trying to hold some of the people for the Epstein files responsible. He is, at least in some way, speaking out against the Iran war. So what do you think happened? 100% almost funded by Israel, his opponent, y'all. Wow, based on 95% of his financial support, Ed might as well change his citizenship. We only have 66 days left. Look who's funded this guy. Republican Jewish Coalition, $2.8 million. John Paul said Israel interest, $250,000. Paul Singer, $1.75 million, Israeli Venezuela interest. AIPAC, $1 million. Miriam Addison, $1 million. So that's how our politics works, folks. Just a very select few of Zionists, 100% can support a guy, can outspend you fucking 10-1, chooses who our leaders are a lot of the fucking time. Hopefully not this time. Sometimes democracy wins out over this. We'll see if it does this time. Meanwhile, it is an utter fucking disgrace that the Democratic Party is being outflanked on these issues by Marjorie Trader Queen. MTG, I got to hand it to her, folks. I can't believe it. But our leadership in the Democratic Party, just as much as slaves to Israel as anybody else is, sucking those Zionist nuts as hard as fucking anybody. And yet here we are, MTG, saying some heroic shit on CNN.
There's a lot more video of what's happening in Lebanon, what's happening in Lebanon is horrific. You know, there was basically a genocide on Gaza, and Gaza was completely destroyed. And it's just wrong to tell Americans or make Americans think that every single Palestinian in Gaza was a member of Hamas. That's just not true. There were tens of thousands of innocent Palestinians murdered by these bombs that were dropped on them. And now the same thing is happening in Lebanon. And you see a lot of that war coverage on what you can find it in the international news, where it's more difficult to find in American news. And, you know, I think if we're not showing Americans what our tax dollars are being used for, and we send $3.8 billion to Israel, and if our money and our weaponry or any type of our ammunitions are being used to murder innocent people, especially women and children, I think that is just outrageous that the American people aren't told that. And so this is the type of coverage that I would like to see more of in the United States.
Yeah, I can't stand MDG, obviously. I hold her completely accountable for all the evil she has wrought in this country. You know, she is responsible for a lot of this. But at the same time, like, maybe this is one thing that'll unite both sides. Maybe we can find common ground and actually overthrow a lot of these Zionists and Nazis by working together. I don't know. I hate the thought, but wild times make strange bedfellows. Meanwhile, big shout out to Anna Asparagus, who had the line of the night on this whiny ass Zionist complaining about all the bombs falling in Israel right now. Who's going to be responsible for this? Anna Asparagus knows.
In the past 12 days, 14 Israeli civilians have been killed by Iranian ballistic missiles, and 2,000 Israelis were wounded. Why? Because
I'm sorry, is there a problem with the war you ordered?
Oh, snap! Did you hear that? I'm sorry. Is there a problem with the war you ordered? Delivered right to your door, bitch. Overnight delivery. You didn't want it. You shouldn't have ordered it. You don't want the smoke. Don't call for it. You go ahead, Asparagus. Get all up in that ass. Meanwhile, talking about the ultimate level of victim complex. Holy shit. So Eve Fartlaw says, Timothy Chalamet. Remember Timothy Chalamet? You know who that is? That's an actor. He was in that movie, I don't know, about the ping pong. He's also in Dune. Anyway, he was nominated for Academy Award for that fucking ping pong movie where he plays like a real big dickhead. He's a great actor, to be honest with you. He did terrific in that fucking role. But I wanted everybody in that movie to die. Anyway, E. Farlaw says, Timothy Chalamet will win years from now when it's okay to give awards to Jews. And won't somebody please think of the Jewish actors I wish someone would finally reward Jews in Hollywood. That would be great, y'all. We'll get all over that. Meanwhile, one more on religious bullshit. Not religious bullshit. Free Palestine. This video went super viral. Short and sweet, 13 seconds. One of the most widely shared videos worldwide right now. Israel did this. It's like, hey, the war is over. Like, okay, sweet. Yeah. It's over, all right. Genocide of the people. Destroyed all their infrastructure, made sure there's nothing they can return to while you steal their land and build beachfront condos. You fucking piece of shit. But hopefully, if there's any justice in this world, you guys won't get away with it. I'm gonna hold out hope for it, and that is my Free Palestine for this evening. Marty Supreme, that's what it's called. It was all right. I didn't really care for it, to be honest. Everybody in the movie's annoying to me, but he did do a good job acting. I'll give it to him. I thought it was better than that Sinners movie. That Sinners movie, I don't understand anything about this, y'all, but I ain't getting involved in it. It's controversial. I just gonna say it. You know who was the best actor in that Sinners movie? The white guy! He was fucking awesome! I ain't saying that because he's white. I'm just saying it because it's true. Have you seen that movie? He was definitely by far the best actor. How that guy not win a fucking award? I'm just saying. I don't know if race is involved or not. I ain't going there. We'll get in trouble, y'all. I'm just saying. Anyway, let me move along. Folks! Get your super chats in. It's time for religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. It's time for religious bullshit. It is time for religious bullshit. And folks, you're never gonna believe this. They finally caught one and say it with me. And this time, it was a youth pastor. What? I can't believe it. Ohio youth pastor gets 13 years on child porn charges. A Columbus man who volunteered as a teacher and youth minister in Worthington has been sentenced to more than 13 years in federal prison. Investigators have covered tens of thousands of files containing child sexual abuse material. That's a lot. Who downloads porn anymore? I guess pedophiles. That's the answer to that. Meanwhile, it's been one extra day since my last show. So, feds indict Maryland youth pastor. Another one on child porn charges, folks. I think I might be starting to see a pattern. A former employee of Key School in Annapolis who was arrested by Anne Arundel County Police in December and charged with paying underage girls for explicit photos and videos now also faces federal charges according to court filings. Put them all under the jail together. Bury him in a deep hole. What else we got? Oh, here's a Colorado pastor. 18 years on child sex charges. This guy raped children? Okay, yeah, I believe it. A judge on Monday sentenced a former Lakewood High School security officer to at least 18 years in prison for a child sexual assault, announced the 1st Judicial District. How about a fourth one? Why not? Oklahoma church official 92 gets 25 years for molestation. Oh my God, look at this guy. Who let their kid alone with this guy? Jesus. Charles Sullivan, 92. God damn, poor children. Accused of molesting young girls in Shawnee Church. Can you imagine how long he's been doing this? He probably got away with it when he was young. And then finally he got so old and creepy he couldn't get away with it any fucking more. But you know, he probably thought he was always going to get away with it because he kept getting away with it. You think I can just rape kids for fucking ever, like Donald Trump. Nobody ever going to do shit to me. Well, die in jail, slut. Quickly, please. Meanwhile, Omaha pastor. It's Hank Gilman. Woo! Hank Gilman, y'all. And man, I got to say it once again. I am jealous of mega pastors. I'm jealous of shit, folks. I wish I didn't have a moral compass. I wish I didn't have any pride, any empathy, any humanity, because I would be so fucking rich. Sigh. Watch how easy it is to scam the idiots.
I said, I'm going to have Amy call. I'm going to charter a jet. Because I am so dedicated to God, and I am so dedicated to you, the people.
I had my wife call and get me a really expensive private jet. And don't get me wrong, it's not because I'm incredibly fucking greedy. It's not because I'm a piece of shit robbing you guys. It's because I love God so much. God wants me to have a jet. Come on, everybody.
And I am dedicated to the United States of America and to fight for it. I said, Brenda, I feel like I'm supposed to be there at all costs.
For America.
I know we're paying a lot of money here, but Brenda, I am pressed. It's like, you know, when the Bible says Jesus was pressed to go to Jerusalem, I felt pressed that I have to do this.
God demanded I get a private jet, y'all, okay? If you have a problem with this, blame God, not me.
I don't need another thing to do. That's not why I do it. It's because I'm trying to be obedient alongside of you and with you. And if you know me, there's no quit in me. I haven't quit. I keep pressing. So I chartered a flight, but thank you. It's very expensive. And yes, I loved it. I got there and I was able to do Thursday night and then Friday morning, then fly back. And I was very appreciative.
For money.
Folks, we got to get a travel fund together. I went before God and I said, Lord, just give me a scripture so that I can share with the people something out of the word that is...
God, please let me know how to grip these motherfuckers. Something that tells them that giving me their money is the right thing to do. What you got, God?
True, that I can share with them that sometimes a minister does have to have, watch this now, a travel plan and a travel vehicle. That's dependable.
I drive a 2003 Dodge Ram pickup truck.
The last few times I've tried to make trips, they haven't been dependable. And I
can't even afford the bus, y'all.
Almost could not get back here in time, or I get stuck, something gets delayed.
Read the verse already!
The story there. But I want to show you Mark chapter 3, verse 9 out of the NIV. Notice what Jesus instructed. No, it's NLT, excuse me.
Did he say rich people can't get to heaven? Did he tell you to sell all your shit if you want to follow him?
Jesus instructed his disciples to what? Have a boat what? So the crowd would not crush him. So then
he gave a bunch of free shit to everybody, which is socialism, dude.
Jesus was concerned about going to certain ports and airports.
That's right. As Jesus was helping a bunch of motherfuckers, he demanded a small boat so he didn't get crushed, which is exactly the same as me getting a private jet, flying over to Israel, where I'm treated like a king, and then back, baby, to fleece you idiots out of more money. Amen. Woo! They love it. What can you say? If they want to be abused, I guess let them. Meanwhile, this is kind of a crazy clip. This is Pete Kegsworth, the guy who runs our Department of War. This is his pastor, very slyly calling for the death of James Tallarico. But don't get it twisted. Don't take him out of context, y'all, right? Let's see if you guys can point out the threat.
Public enemies, these are the orcs at the gate. You are not called to love the barbarian horde that is planning to break into your city and, pillage, plunder, rape, and mutilate you and your people. Right. You don't love that horde.
Right.
That is
I do not love MAGA that is destroying our country and robbing us fucking blind. You're right.
Your enemy, and you pray. This is where you have imprecatory psalms. This is where you pray strongly. The psalmist is not shy. God, destroy them. Make them as dung on the ground. Right? So, but Madison and I were talking about that. And so I say, even in the debate, I think you might have seen it, but that I had on campus the other day, I pray that God kills him. Ultimately, that means killing his heart and raising him up to new life in Christ. That's the first.
Yeah, I hope God kills James Tallarico. I hope he dies brutally in Minecraft. I don't mean it though, folks. It's not a threat. All I gotta do is say in the spirit and loophole. You guys gotta not take me out of context.
We
want him crucified with Christ.
That's exactly right.
I want him flayed alive in Minecraft.
I think it's Saul of Tarsus, Tallarico of Tarsus.
Yes,
that's what I want. Who would say, I was holding the garments while they stoned Stephen, and now I'm that's what we want.
Yes, we want death and new life, right? And if it would not be within God's will to do so, stop him by any means necessary, oh God.
By any means necessary. Literally just calling for the death of this guy. But hey, why not Christianity? There is no hate like Christian love. And couple more. Oh, yeah, basically, this is fucking MAGA now. St. Peter's like, so tell me, did you welcome the foreigner? Help the poor? Feed the hungry? Did you care for the sick? You know all of the things that Jesus commanded that you do. And MAGA's like, listen here, libtard. That sounds like some woke pussy ass shit to me. Shut the fuck up, Peter. Time to pull that trap door, Peter. Send him straight, no, don't send him to hell. Because that's where I want to go. That's where all the cool kids are. Right through the heaven's gate, folks. They all deserve to be together, to be honest with you. For eternity. Forever and ever and ever. That's my curse upon you. Meanwhile, Peter Thiel, owner of PayPal. Billionaire Peter Thiel. Palantir also is in charge of the government's database of American citizens that tracks and traces us. So just a super billionaire. Gay. It doesn't matter that he's gay, but he is gay. Peter Thiel. So what do you do when you have all the fucking money in the world and you're bored? Well, you take a tour around the world giving a lecture about the Antichrist. Why not? What is his qualifications for this? He's rich. So super cool. Peter Thiel, the MAGA-friendly tech billionaire and devout Christian, began a run of religious meetings close to the Vatican on Sunday, raising concerns among Catholics. Thiel, 58, has brought a series of lectures on the Antichrist to Rome. He first held these talks in San Francisco last fall, pushing the idea that a figure opposing Christ would soon emerge to create a totalitarian one-world government. Who could it be? Who could be the Antichrist? I don't know. I read the Bible. The Bible says that the Antichrist will have a fatal mark, but it'll be like he was never even hit. It'll heal with no sign that he was even hit. That sounds familiar. I can't put my finger. It also says that you won't be able to buy and sell unless you have his mark on your forehead. That does sound familiar. And New World Order, who could that be? Who could be attacking other countries? Who could be invading them and kidnapping their leaders? Who could be claiming they're going to take over countries? Donald Trump just said he thinks Venezuela should be the 51st state. He said the same thing about Canada. He said the same thing about Greenland. How is this not a one world order? It's very obvious. If there was an Antichrist, it would be Donald Trump, and Peter Thiel 100% supports him. So nothing matters. It's all upside down, topsy-turvy, but hey. That's the dark simulation for you. And one more. It's all a show, folks. That's all they got. They don't have no priest. They don't have no Eucharist. They don't have no fucking ancient relics. So instead, evangelicals just put on a big fucking show for all their idiots. And it's lame. It's stupid, but I guess it works. This week, this guy decided, hey, wouldn't it be cool if I had a Spanish translator follow me around and just translate everything I'm saying, everything I'm preaching about? I bet that'll be hilarious to entertain the yokels. Let's have a listen.
No, you didn't get it. I'm going over on this side.
No lo recibió. Me voy a venir a este lado.
If you spoke your way to a cursing,
si hablaste a una maldición,
you can also speak your way to a blessing.
También puedes hablarte a una bendición.
I wish I had a crazy folk.
Yo espero tener un...
Yeah, you already have a crazy folk. Everybody in that church is crazy as shit. And watch all the cult members. They all start running around because they have mental illness.
Pueblo loco.
They begin to say, I'm blessed.
Que diga estoy bendecido. Estoy bendecido.
I'm delivered.
Estoy libre.
I'm set free.
Soy liberado.
I mean, I feel bad for them. No one has ever wanted to belong more than these idiots. That's the reason they're doing that. They're sending a signal to all the other cult members. Look, I believe like you guys. I would have you. Please accept me. I'll literally do anything. I'll run around like a fucking chick with his head cut off just to be one of you. Just, they want to be fucking abused, these idiots.
Healed.
Estoy sano.
Somebody shout.
Alguien dígale al Señor.
No, you didn't get it. I'm going over.
Boring, but I gotta do something to spice it up, I guess. And that is my religious bullshit for this evening, folks. Fuck yeah, I got one more. I got a couple Beyond Parodies for you guys. Then we're gonna get the fuck out of here. After party on Friday, so no after party night. The show's almost over, so last chance to get your super chats in. Help me out. Gonna read all the PayPals too if you want to do PayPal. But for now, moving right along, folks. Gonna finish you guys off with a happy ending. It's time for Beyond Parody. And first off, this is what I saw earlier, folks. The Beavis and Butthead Society. Now, when I was growing up, Mike Judge created Beavis and Butthead, and Beavis and Butthead were fucking hilarious. But they were not something we aspired to be. They were jokes, right? You were supposed to look down upon them because they were fucking idiots, but instead, The new generation, our new society, has embraced them. They decided that being a butthead is something you want to achieve, want to aspire to be. So they're like,
Are you on? I don't care if pedophiles rule us or not, as long as everybody's on. Trannies, fuck them right. Fuck out of trannies. Are you out?
That's all they're like, folks. This is why we're so fucking doomed. I give you the modern youths in America.
So how do you feel about the war in Iran?
I think Trump's doing the right thing, honestly.
What's up?
I got no comment on that.
Trump's doing the right thing. I have no idea why. I'm just a fucking moron. I don't have any original thoughts in my head, but I want to be a good little cult member, so I'm going to stump for my daddy.
You don't know why?
Nah, I'm just taking a guess.
You're just guessing that he's doing the right thing?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I mean, I don't know. I don't think Trump's doing the right thing.
Is this a joke?
What?
Is this a joke?
Yeah.
No,
it's not. It's not.
All right, you can fucking drive home, bro. Or walk home, sorry.
Damn.
Couldn't even say that right. Friendship over because you dared speak out against something.
I don't know what just happened.
But he doesn't even know why.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just think, like, it's not good for the economy. Like, I don't know. Yeah.
I don't really give a fuck about the war. Smoke weed, get money, fuck bitches. Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, smoke money. Yeah, get me.
You ain't never got no bitch. No bitch wants you, dude. What the fuck? Jesus, this fucking baby.
Yeah, I don't care. Smoke weed, fuck bitches. Yeah. Are you on? Are you on? Love Trump.
Just so fucking stupid. But oh well. When historians look back at this show and want to know why it collapsed, that's why, baby. And meanwhile, Laura Loomer. So you guys know who Laura Loomer is. She is Donald Trump's blowjob mistress, the royal fluffer. And so she got sent over to represent America in India because this is a nightmarish hellscape in which we can't escape. But before she did, she deleted all her anti-Indian tweets. I read these to you last time, but let's take a look at them again. Silly white people, stop watching Boy Meets World and turn Bollywood so you can watch rape culture steal your job and culture. Okay, I will admit when I'm wrong. India does have running water. It just runs out of people's asses. Nope, the invaders drank from the same water they bathe and shit in. I have that on video too, coming to a city. The average IQ in India is 76. Best and brightest. Highly skilled immigrants doesn't have running water or toilet paper, laughing my ass off. They're invaders. So, of course, the first thing she did was delete all these comments because their words don't mean anything to them. They're completely worthless scam artists. So, as soon as she got over to India, somebody crawled all up in her ass. Let's have a look.
If Kamala Harris wins, the White House will smell like curry and speeches will be facilitated via a call center. You then went on to say our country was built by white Europeans, not third world invaders from India. I think you should do more than just express regret. From what I can see, you're brazenly racist and Islamophobic. And I'm sorry to say that we have Atiti Devo Bhava in this country where we welcome all, but your comments smack of anti-Indianism, worse still, Islamophobia, and even worse, racism, which has no place, ma'am, in today's world. So get real, ma'am. Sorry to say that, but that comments are unacceptable to me as an Indian and as a world citizen.
Beyond parody, this is who they got over there representing us as an Americans. One of the most hateful, vile, racist. But hey, you swallowed up that presidential gravy, and you get all the best jobs. Meanwhile, last but not least, this gentleman over in Brazil is being arrested for sexual assault.
So
here he is.
He's telling you to go to the wall. He's telling you to go to the wall.
Okay. Am I under arrest?
Yes, you're under arrest.
Preso?
What is he wearing?
Ele tá preso?
Underwear or something?
Ele tá preso?
Preso por importunação sexual.
He's saying you're under arrest.
Is that what?
Mão na parede,
Do I have any rights?
Ele tem algum direito?
Tem o direito de ficar calado.
So then they take this motherfucker outside and they put him in a dog crate. Like the animal he is. And here's the beyond parody part. Guess what he says? Guess who he calls out to for help? You'll never guess.
Okay, like a dog in a cage.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, he is a sexual assaulter.
Pelo
a dog in a cage. This is how Brazilians treat American citizens. Got it? Listen up, Donald Trump. Do whatever you want. I'm a Trump supporter.
What? No way! A rapist, a sex pest, a Donald Trump supporter? I love it. Listen up, Donald Trump. I know you're listening. Do whatever you want. Kill all these people for me, Donald Trump. Bomb them all. Murder them all, Donald Trump. I'm a Trump supporter. Hey, Trump, I'm a fellow sex offender. I rape people just like you. Birds of a feather. Help me, Donald Trump. Good lordy. I'm not surprised, though. Nobody is. And all right, folks. That's my show. We did it. Woo! Fuck yeah. Another episode of the world's greatest program. Brought to you by me, Dusty Smith. Folks, if you bail out, do me a favor. Please hit the like button. Please hit the little bell. It helps sometimes. Google will notify you on YouTube when my video comes out. Mostly they won't, but mostly HBO, help my brother out. Please aim your camera phone at one of these QR codes above my head and go chip in on my Patreon. Chip in on my PayPal. You get access to all of the after parties. We got a new one come up Friday. And next show is on Friday, folks. So please make plans to come and join me. Normally I do it every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern. But this week, Tuesday and Fridays, because of my mama, I'm going to blame my mama, even though she's the best among us. And all right, let's load up PayPal real quick, and then we'll read some super chats. Play a quick song. Tonight's song is We See You Watching, which is a good one, in my opinion. Like that one. And you bail up. Please do me a favor. Leave comments. It helps the algorithm. But most importantly, tell your friends about the show, folks. Word of mouth is the best way to get this thing going, because otherwise no one's ever going to know the show exists. I need your help. Please, please help me. Thank you in advance. And all right, no, I paid Chris, the editor. Jason sent me $5. Thank you, Jason. Laura Giblin sent me $10. Thank you, Laura. I think these are mostly owed. But Lisa Asbury sent me $10. Brian Ash sent me $50 back on the 12th. Hell yeah, that was 5 days ago. I think that I already read that, but that's cool. Roland sent me $25. Belay sent me $25. Thank you, Belay. Michael Mooney, $20. I think I already read all these. All right, folks. PayPal, great way to support the show. If you like what I do, please help the historian put out history so it doesn't get erased. Love the shit out of you guys. Oh, I didn't read the super chat yet. Dusty was right. Fuck yeah, C-Dub. You ain't never lied. Greetings, people. All right, what up, Meditate More? Good to see you tonight. Here's a coin for your Richard, please. I got the white hair in all tracks. If you enjoyed my show, throw a coin to your Richard, guys. Do it. Don't make me sing, because I'll sing if you make me. Thank you, Agent Orange. 1-to-1 ticket, C-Dubs. Appreciate you. If you got your ticket, please tune in on Friday for a new episode. And woo, Jacob! Tonight, Super Chat, how many times in the world? Gonna let me read you sexy, Jacob. Very generous. Been watching for years. You've been quite influential to me on my journey to be a better person. You could do worse. A token of my appreciation to my favorite parasocial relationship, but in a good way. Hell yeah, man. Like, I don't think of myself as a hero. I don't even think of myself as a good role model. But then when I look at all the other role models in society, I'm like, I get it. You know, I'm not the best, but I'm trying at least. And thank you, Jacob. Hero, everybody. Kiss Jacob's ass. You fucking rule, dude. Appreciate you. Happy birthday, Dusty's mama. Woo! Her name is Annette, by the way. Annette! Thanks for raising it well. Hell yeah. Thank you, Sedona. Appreciate that. It means a lot. And all right, folks. That's my time. I'll be back Monday. Friday. Day after the day after the day after tomorrow. It'll be here for you know it for another big show. Since there are 2 shows this week, it's going to be another 3.5 hour show. So make plans to join me, 8 p.m. Central. I'll see you guys soon. Until then, I don't have any cat treats, but I do have a song for you. This is We See You Watching, an original song by Dusty Smith, available on my YouTube channel. Good night, everybody. I'll see you Friday. Love you guys. Thank you.
Cameras on the corner, iris at the door. Smile for the sensor, there's a toll at the store. Always for your safety, always for your ease. I click, I agree, and they click the leash. Hear that click, that isn't luck. That's the net tightening up. Every accept I ever press, put my name in their index. We see you watching. watching every move. We see you watching, and we got nothing left to lose, but we ain't your data, we ain't your truth. We see you watching, cause we're watching you too. Algorithms ghostwrite what I'm supposed to be, predict my next regret and high def certainty. A faceless hand on a faceless wheel, turning my wants into something they can steal, selling secrets I never meant to tell. Every click a confession, every ping a bell, identity peeled like a barcode label. I'm user on a leash at the dinner table. We see you watching, watching every move. We see you watching, and we got nothing left to lose, but we ain't your data, we ain't your truth. Keep the cameras rolling, cause we're watching you too. We see you watching, yeah, watching every move. See you watching, yeah, we see right through. No, we ain't confessing, no, we ain't asking you. Keep your eyes wide open, cause we see you too. Say my name, say my number, say my IP. I'm a heartbeat wearing company ID. If the feed is a god, it's a god that's cheap. He wants my soul on a monthly fee. We see you watching, hey, watching every move. We see you watching. Now we got nothing left to lose, so keep your care.